What am I waiting for? Fuck. I feel like this chair's old enough now that it's like a divot. There's no cushion here.
Yeah, there's a permanent aspirin there, I would
We
assume.
never fucking use them. We eat in the living room.
Oh.
Are we going? Oh, well, thanks for giving me a cue, fucker.
What about the intro? Are we waiting on that, or are you just
No.
always putting that in afterwards now?
I put it in DaVinci
Oh,
afterwards.
gotcha.
Uh,
Is DaVinci free? Or did you pay for it?
DaVinci has two.
A subscription?
No, you pay one-time fee.
Oh.
So you can pay the one-time fee and unlock everything, or you can download the free thing. But the free thing is like crazy. You see, do you watch our podcast, Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. So I can insert everything I can do if I knew how to do Fusion, which I don't. You can animate it and all that stuff. And you should download it because you're young, so you can figure out how to use it.
I tried using Adobe and I just gave up.
This is because you smoke too much or you do too much shit. That's your problem. The fucking brain is fried.
You can just use Windows Movie Maker.
That sucks.
Simple and sweet.
It's so horrible. So horrible. You can insert stuff, but it fucking sucks. Okay, so today we got obviously Taylor. We've got we can see ourselves up on screen now. It's just freaky because now I'm looking at myself.
Dwayne forgot my name.
No,
I'm glad I can't see myself.
Andrew and then Marlon. Marlon's joining us for the
Rambling
first
until
time.
he remembers it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it probably a good idea until they start like talking, just to leave it on the 3 unless it's on me, and then you can zoom in on them. I love how we have this going on. We didn't discuss anything. We were out here 2 hours setting this stupid 3 hours yesterday setting this up with a new table. Probably. All right, so
We should get him a mic.
he has one,
Oh.
and he has a camera over there. He
It
just
does-
refuses to fucking do it.
Oh, Jesus.
Probably because you can hear him in the background. It's so fucking, his voice is so stupid deep, and his balls haven't dropped yet, so it's gonna get crazy here in a bit. So I want to start this out. Why I was reading an article about Mama Uganda. Have you guys heard about Mama Uganda?
No.
Okay,
I try not to read.
this is not true. You're very.
Hazardous for your health.
You are probably.
You look like a reader, though.
Yeah, he really does, doesn't he?
What's that supposed to mean?
No. I could just tell.
I'm going for the opposite. I'm trying to go for the weed smoking hippie.
Because I don't read.
You don't read at all?
I don't read at all.
Wow. I haven't read in years.
What are we talking about? Reading? Like picking up a book and
book.
reading it? Or like reading the news? Or
I can read certain stuff, but then I start to doze off. I don't know.
Oh, that's old age, man. They're gonna
No,
put you
but
in a
I've been
fucking
that way
home
my
soon.
whole life.
Yeah.
I've been that way my whole life.
So since I've gotten older, I used to be able to read really well, but since I've gotten older, I can't focus. So like I'll start reading and then I'll start thinking about something else.
Yeah.
Like my wife's titties or something. I'll lose really. What's crazy, Taylor reads all the time. He reads nonstop. So he's on the news all the time.
not only news, just
Memes,
books.
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, everything. I mean,
But what I couldn't believe when we tried to do a segment with Andrew's stories, he brought over these stories, and I had a teleprompter that was set up to fast mode. And even though it was on fast mode, it couldn't fucking keep up with him because he reads so fucking fast.
Andrew.
It was stupid. So yeah,
was that the same one that I used for that
yeah,
fake series of commercials?
right. Seems slow, right?
Yeah. I
was
mean,
slow.
it does seem
very
slow.
slow.
I turned it on the highest fucking setting for Andrew, and it just like I was scrolling. I had to scroll up on it because the fucker can't slow down, and he tried.
Can't slow down.
Yeah, this
If I see words, I gotta read it.
20-year-old. Yeah, I'm trying not to come. Okay. Anyways, Mama Uganda. So there's a lady in Uganda who has hyper ovulation. So she's got enlarged ovaries. So she was sold off by her parents at 12 years old to her first husband, who ended up leaving her and taking everything with him. But she had 44 kids.
Whoa.
44.
What?
By the time she was 40,
No way.
by the time she was 40, she had 44 kids.
She would have
Or
had to
40
have been
kids.
pregnant, like
Right
literally
when
every
she was born.
every 9
Right when
months.
she was born.
Yeah.
So she only had one delivery that was one kid. Everything else was
Multiples?
twins up to
Okay,
Oh,
that,
up to quads.
that makes a little
Okay,
bit
that
more
yeah,
sense.
I can see that.
But you're permanently pregnant.
Man, that is like
That's a lot. Can you hear Marlon okay? Okay, because I want to make sure, because his mic's away from his face.
oh,
You
here.
can just move it a little closer.
Yeah, you basically got to have it in your mouth.
So you guys got...
Play your mic. Yep. Great.
It sucks. I know. I'm using a dynamic mic today. You guys got the condensers. You guys got the good ones. This one sucks because the other condenser's all fucked up. Anyways, so it's still 6 of them died
Out of 44?
out of 40.
40.
Or 44, yeah. So
40.
But oh god, what was I thinking? Oh, I just wanted to circle back to imagine if she was born in America and she's constantly pregnant, constantly getting raped, and constantly popping out kids. People on the right hand side, I don't know. If you're on the right, that's fine. I'm on the left. They'd have a fucking fit because she'd be on welfare with 30 fucking some odd kids, right? Because she never had any way to no contraceptive, no abortions, nothing like that. So anyways, I wanted to circle back to the abortion thing, since I knew abortion was going to be the first thing that got brought up. Zach came up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, now it's time to go to get your money in the stock market and invest in hanger companies."
Oh.
Hanger company.
Hanger companies, because abortion is now illegal in all these states.
Coat hanger.
Coat hanger. That's what he said to me. So hey, man, I'll throw a fucking couple thousand in there, see what happens. Because those hanger companies have been really depressed, but now everybody's gonna go back to the old style. No more plastic. You need the fucking rigidity.
Yeah.
Plop that. Yeah. So anyways, that's all I wanted. That's
Okay.
abortion.
Oh, okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
Do they make the metal hangers still, or
No, but I think they're going to. I think they're going to have to go back in time and because
and start twisting them suckers?
yeah, because you wouldn't want plastic left up inside you,
No.
right? Yeah, it'd be horrible.
Make
It'd
sure,
break.
make sure the
Yeah, they're
medic.
gonna break.
Yeah,
They
they're gonna
fucking break.
break
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, and you can't tear a baby out with fucking plastic.
No.
No, it's got to be malleable, and you got to be able to fucking twist it properly.
Keep in mind, I mean, to be fair, you're only going to see these new products of old products in certain states. Won't be necessary in Washington State.
But
You won't need metal coat hangers here.
I know, but here's the deal. Like my daughter said, well, they'll just go over to Washington State. There'll be an abortion clinic on the border of Idaho, and I said they can prosecute you if you come over and get if you're a resident of Idaho and you come over and get a abortion in Washington State.
Go to prison?
You can go to prison. You can be so.
Not just that, if you miscarry, you are potentially criminally liable for the loss of the child.
I did not know that. That's in the poison pill.
That's in basically every single state that is going to ban abortion. And the thing that most people don't understand is when you miscarry and the process doesn't happen the way it's supposed
so
to.
you're talking about when they have to go in and evacuate you?
Yeah. I mean,
I gotcha.
despite the fetus no longer being viable and it now being a threat to the woman's life, the procedure and the medication they use to
Dump the kid out.
dump the kid out is the exact same medication and procedures they use for an abortion.
Huh.
So now, even if the baby is dead inside the woman and it is going to kill her, it will be illegal for her to go and get a procedure to have what is essentially
Vacuum cleaner.
no different from a tumor now out of their body.
So we've got like I can recommend my wife when we got the electric car, she needed a new vacuum cleaner for the fucking car. So I can recommend Home Depot or Lowe's out here in the valley. They got the little Craftsman portable vacuum. So if you do have a miscarriage, you just go and get that. Suction power is crazy.
Well, I
Crazy
mean,
good.
as
Oh,
much
yeah.
of a joke as that is, that's kind of the direction we're heading in. I mean, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. He told me to invest in hanger company, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Hangers and Dyson, because I figure not every vacuum's going to be able to suck it out. You can't get like a
Because
Like a Hoover.
you need the whirlwind, right?
You need the whirlwind. You need the Dyson abortionator.
So when the abortionator,
That needs to be a fake ad that gets photoshopped together.
abortionator. I was super disappointed. I went up to Tyson's house, and Tyson has to have everything high end, and they had a Dyson up there, and it couldn't pick up fucking drywall dust. It was just like it kept plugging up. It was a piece of shit. Worst
That's
ever.
basically
Worst
all
ever.
vacuums with anything drywall.
No, not the fucking car vac.
Well, a shop vac is
Yeah.
meant to vacuum up that kind of stuff. Anyone will tell you that you are not supposed to use a regular vacuum to vacuum up.
I'm just saying it's a
Drywall
Dyson.
dust.
He spent like probably $500 on this fucking thing, and it sucked.
And it was a waste of money because he ruined it vacuuming up drywall dust.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But if he had the abortionator, everything would have been fine,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Nothing's
Yeah.
going to be fine because
Hey, over there, producer. I can't have any laughing from you over there because you're just ruining our podcast. No, I know. He wants the abortionator. He just turned 17, so you know he's going to need it soon.
well, thank fucking God he lives in Washington State.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is just the beginning. If we're going to talk about this,
Yeah.
the justification for getting rid of abortion is the scarier part of them getting rid of the ability for anyone to have an abortion, because the number of cases in the last 100 years that were based on the 14th Amendment are crazy. Like gay marriage,
Yeah.
the ability to have sex with the person and gender you want, which, by the way, are two completely separate issues in the eyes of the law.
You can't fuck
Same-sex
horses here
marriage and
in
same-sex
Washington State
relationships.
anymore, right?
When did that start?
You can't fuck horses?
It happened about 7 or 8 years ago when a guy went to this ranch
Mr.
that
Hands.
hosted these kinds of events,
My buddy's uncle.
and
yeah.
a horse
I've heard
got
of
a little overzealous
I'm serious.
and fucked the guy to death.
Apparently,
man.
Andrew has firsthand knowledge. He knew the person.
My buddy's uncle. I'm not gonna say he's in the Navy. Yeah, his uncle was in the same
Wikipedia and get his fucking name.
was in the same group as the guy, Mr. Hands, that had sex with the horse.
That got
so
fucked to death.
He told me
Yeah.
all sorts of firsthand information on.
I've
Did they do an autopsy?
Fuck, if there's anything even left of him intact.
Turned into mush
Kind of
inside him.
sad.
I'm pretty good in bed, so I really feel like some women have been close to death with me before.
You stud.
I'm just putting it out there. Yeah. So yeah, you can't fuck a horse anymore,
Stir organs
No,
for
that's-
14
that's
or any
wrong.
animal in Washington State, which is kind of disappointing, I guess.
Yeah.
Interracial marriage,
Yeah.
that was based on the 14th Amendment.
That's the beauty
There's
of this.
there's a lot of shit, and Clarence Thomas has gone on record now with his opinion,
Yeah.
his majority opinion at the little end. He talks about how these other cases should now be reconsidered. And he mentions, I think, 3 of them. And one of them is gay marriage.
Right.
One of them is the sodomy laws.
So my thing,
It's insane that we're now looking at not only going back 50 years
Yeah.
because of getting rid of abortion, but now we're looking at going back to a time where basically
well, that's
no one had any true freedom under the 14th
Yeah.
Amendment, because they're saying if it doesn't specifically say in the 14th Amendment this, it can't be considered.
So we set this up yesterday in a different manner so we'd have more room, right?
Yeah.
And we put the cameras in a different way. So, and I said, you know what? We can't put the cameras this way because Taylor's hands will be in the fucking
know,
camera
all
shot all
over
the
the
time. So we
place.
had to fucking do this configuration. What I think is interesting about it is Clarence Thomas is proposing these new things where he's writing papers on stripping more rights and more freedoms from people, right? So if those go away, the next thing they take back is you're riding on a fucking back of the bus and you're drinking from a different water fountain. I mean, he doesn't. It's a slippery slope where it's just going to continue to keep going further and further back.
Well, yeah, because
You're fucking a white woman?
because
what?
of the,
What?
because of the core justification
Yeah.
for what the 14th Amendment really means.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope when you start pulling freedoms from from people, and we live in the freest country in the world. Fuck you. We do not.
This hasn't been the greatest country in the world.
I didn't
in a
say
long
greatest.
time.
I said freest, and it's just like
Freest is debatable as well.
Well, it really is. A woman can't make choices about her body. And I don't agree with abortion all that much. Everybody that I met that has had an abortion, they're kind of fucked up afterwards. They're not quite right. So I'm not like the biggest advocate of abortion, but I can't tell you what you should fucking do. That makes
Yeah,
no sense to me.
it's everybody's individual choice.
Yeah, well, at least it should be, but it's not anymore.
Can I bring this up real quick?
Yes, you can.
I just looked it up. There's 4 states where bestiality is still legal.
Okay.
West Virginia is one of them.
No way.
That's what it says. West Virginia, Hawaii, New Mexico, and one of the Wyoming.
Wow, Hawaii?
And so
What is there? What is there to even fuck on Hawaii?
a big fish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fish fucking is different from bestiality.
There's not a
That's
lot of
totally
mammals.
different.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
if you're
I thought
You said
Episcopalian,
obese.
No.
No, beast.
Bestiality.
bestiality.
Oh, bestiality. This is like the abortionator.
Yeah, they're
Just
gonna.
making up new terms now.
There's probably no chance that abortion will be legal in West Virginia after. I don't know if they're a
Right.
trigger state or not, but
But you can still fuck a dog.
you can still have. Yeah, you can have sex with animals, but
Any
you can't have
size
an
dog?
abortion.
And it really depends on you,
I-
doesn't it?
I figure if you kill the
Personal
dog-
preference.
I just
No,
heard
it
it's
depends on you and your ability and your size. So you go and try to fuck that corgi you got with that big slong you got over there at the end of the table. It ain't gonna happen. You'll be pushing for a week.
It's just
Yeah,
fucked.
yeah.
West Virginia's surprising though.
Why?
It's kind of south. Yeah.
No, it's very, very central.
What's interesting about this? So let me,
I mean,
let-
it's not in the north or the south.
So
it's
let-
right in the fucking middle.
So let me just go with this real quick. So my wife was surprised when I said New York's way further south than us. She goes, on the globe, it's straight across. We're the same place as New York. No,
When
we're
you're
not.
looking at a fucking flat 2D object, sure, it looks like you're at the same
latitude.
latitude
yeah.
or
But no, New York's way further down. So when I say south, that's what I mean.
I guess. Well, it doesn't help that the United States on maps looks like it's
straight. A straight
straight,
plane.
but
yeah.
it's actually slightly tilted too.
Yeah,
So it doesn't help there either.
That's why Alaska is the furthest east, north, and west state, right?
Huh?
It's the
Oh, that's
furthest
very
east,
confusing.
west, and north. Yeah.
Let me ponder that for a second because I don't understand that at all.
Well, and the way the North American plate is moving over the Pacific plate, it's moving at a
Taylor,
west northwest direction. So the country is slowly.
they don't even know if tectonic plates are a real thing.
Oh, shut up!
And we could
They
live.
fucking do.
They don't.
They do.
No, that's a real thing. They do not.
No, they do.
It's a hypothesis. They think it could be, but they're not 100% sure. Everything's a hypothesis until it's proven true.
Then what explains the big fucking earthquakes that happen when a country suddenly moves, 30 meters in one direction?
God. It's God's plan.
It's Jesus Christ. And honestly, they don't even know what the core of the Earth is.
Obviously,
they make
They have
assumptions.
a good idea.
Yeah. So
I mean, obviously, it's
Jesus
not
could be
fucking.
moving
It's not
America
fucking
in the right
Jello
direction.
in there.
Aw.
In order to have a
Why were you
magnetic
even-
field, you need to have highly charged,
iron.
heavy elements moving around a solid core. I mean, that's just how it works.
Explain how gravity works. Because that's the
Well,
assumption. We have a
it's-
heavy mass and it's rotating, and that creates gravity. But they don't even know how gravity is fucking created. So it's
That's
all
why
bullshit.
they use the term an emergent phenomenon.
No,
It's a
fuck 'em.
phenomena that occurs when enough mass occupies the same space and distorts space-time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just using Doctor Who terms.
No,
and-
he's just making shit up because
frying my
he
little
can't explain
brain.
gravity. Nobody can. They don't even know how it fucking exists. Or
You know
goes
what?
on.
If we could explain gravity, we wouldn't be on one single planet. We wouldn't have planes using fucking fuel to fly through the air. You would have fucking cars and shit that are moving with
I know,
electromagnetism
I know,
and gravity
hold on for a
propulsion
second.
and all that kinds of stuff.
This is the deal. This is where we're at. So it's called for me, it's the arrogance of man. We assume that we know more than we do, and we word fuck stuff because we can't explain it. But we're just horse fuckers. Really, we're just still we're fucking horses. So we're just these dumb animals, and we try to make ourselves to be something we're not. So we can't explain gravity. We never will. We'll have to have a computer explain it to us, and then we won't fucking understand it.
Trying to understand what our senses tell us.
Yeah.
Most of the time, unsuccessfully.
Something holds us to the ground.
Yeah.
Idaho, I think they adopted Texas's law. And so if you get pregnant, regardless of how it is, rape, incest, whatever it is, if you go and get an abortion, you can be sued by the relatives or the husband.
And they have, I don't know if it's exactly like Texas's law, because Texas's law
$10,000
actually
bounty.
has a bounty system in place. So if you turn in someone who they can conclusively prove went to another state to have an abortion, they will fucking pay you money. This is nothing short of trying to turn the citizens in on themselves. So we've got everybody watching everybody. So if you look pregnant, then a couple weeks later you suddenly don't look pregnant.
That was just fat.
They just call.
I know, but I got a big fat gut. What if I go on like a keto diet? It's like, fuck, Wayne just went and had an abortion. Let's fucking sue him, put him in jail. Because I have a big fat gut. I'm putting that out there.
Well,
I'm
but
working on
you're
mine,
you're
too.
missing the point though, because
I'm not missing the
you
point.
keep saying abortion, but it's not just abortion. That's just one aspect of
It
this.
can be-
Any miscarriage, any incident that causes your body to lose the child can be prosecuted.
Yeah, when I say
there's no exceptions to this rule. It's just
I
if
know.
there was a fetus in you and at some point there isn't anymore and it didn't result in live birth, you can go to
Can we
jail.
not have a blanket term? Like when I say barbecue sauce, it could be hot and spicy, or it could just be mild, or it could be regular. So can I use a blanket term here?
No. You have to be specific, because being specific in this instance shows just how draconian these laws are. You can't just... I mean, if I gave you a fucking honey barbecue sauce,
Yeah.
and then I gave you a barbecue
is
sauce that's
delicious.
like whatever the scale is for this is going to hurt when I take a shit in a few hours, and I just said, oh yeah, it's all barbecue sauce, eat to your heart's content, you'd probably be kind of pissed when you got to the one that not only burns your mouth, but makes your colon feel like it's on fire.
Hey Andrew, on Graveyard, did you get any of the pulled pork from Mike?
I did.
Did you eat that barbecue
From Mike?
sauce?
No, I didn't get any from Mike. Nope. I got some from Brad. And then Adam.
Oh, okay. He has this barbecue sauce, and I don't know where he said he fucking got it at Walmart. Oh my god. It was like sweet tangy with a little bit of a bio. It's fucking amazing. Best barbecue sauce ever.
Must be made from
Way to fuck up our podcast by bringing up barbecue sauce.
I only
Now I'm
use
hungry.
A1.
Yeah.
You only use A1?
I don't
What?
use any other kind of barbecue sauce.
Right?
Steak, chicken.
What do you
it
get
doesn't
A1
matter.
on pulled pork.
On anything, any meat.
Toast? Oh, okay. It's got to be meat.
Any
Taste,
meat, yeah.
toast. We all do it on toast.
We tried that?
Come on.
we
I
put
don't
that
use it
on
on
the
toast. I
podcast?
use barbecue sauce on toast.
What's wrong with A1?
Huh?
You don't like A1?
I like, well, we get decent meat, so it's so juicy that I don't have to use A1. My wife will use, like when we get shit meat, like round steak or something like that, where it's just, and you can't fucking chew through it, and there's no juice, and it's fucking horrible, then we'll
Oh, I
throw
use
some
it on
A1.
everything regardless.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's
toast.
juicy
You
or
know,
dry.
I had A1 when I was a kid. I haven't had it since. I'm
It's
going to
good.
have
I
to
really like it.
revisit.
Probably one of my
revisit
favorites
some
anyways.
A1.
What?
See?
Yeah, A1's great.
So when you go out, let's say we go out to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You guys are shoving A1 on your fucking...
Well, that's what they have on the table, right? It's not like they have a big bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's. They always have A1 sauce
but
on the table.
I know, but I don't need it.
It's
Like
the
when
most
I,
popular.
When I get my ribeye steak, I don't need the
Same,
fucking...
same with like Outback or
Outback's fucking horrible.
Black Angus.
Black Angus. Yeah.
These places are just
These are.
fucking
I don't
horrible.
know why you've had bad experiences.
Hey, did you
but-
like the Black Angus, Zach?
Well, to be fair, Black Angus is horrendously overpriced for what you get.
Yeah, but I'm willing to pay for, like, I think we did $130 for the four of us. I'm willing to pay the price if
But
it's good.
You're not going to get that at Black Angus.
What, good?
Good.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
what he said. Oh, the Black
It's-
Angus.
It's great. I think it's
It's,
terrific.
I think it's absolutely mediocre at best.
Yeah. and Outback's is fucking horrible. They brought me out a steak, and it's like fucking 4 inches thick, and it was just horrible. It's fucking horrible.
I like their bread. The brown bread, the butter. That's about the only thing I like from Outback, I think.
Dude, bread don't make up for a shitty steak.
No, it doesn't. But
Why else would
it's-
you go to Texas Roadhouse for the bread?
The ribeye steaks are fantastic, and I think you know that. Their sides suck. Their sides suck. Have you been to Texas Roadhouse?
No.
If you go there, never get the corn, because the corn is just butter corn. Do you like the corn? Don't tell me you like the corn.
I wouldn't eat corn anyways. My body doesn't digest it.
And none of our bodies digest it. It's all in our fucking poop.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why the fuck would you get corn to begin with?
You got to really chew it, man.
We digest
It doesn't
everything
matter
but
how
the
much
outer
you do it.
shell.
Yeah, I don't chew as much when I'm hungry.
I never chew.
Just swallowing it. Yeah. Just down.
So you can have it a second time, right? So when it comes out, you can rinse it off.
Get
And
that little burp.
oh boy, seconds.
Oh wow, the texture's still the same. Yeah.
Well, hey, how do you think plants spread themselves? Because animals don't chew enough, and then they go shit somewhere, and before you know it, there's a
On
fucking
to-
corn plant growing in the middle of nowhere.
On today's podcast, Dr. Taylor. Jesus Christ. Fuck. All right. So are you done with the abortion thing, Andrew? You got anything you want to add to the abortion thing?
Anything I want to add?
Yeah.
I have lots I want to add. In fact, we could probably do 2 hours of just talking about this.
Wayne didn't
because-
ask you.
Well, you know what? Then fuck you. What ideas were coming out of your mouth?
I didn't have a chance to say anything.
Well,
I'm not going to. No, I shared something to my Facebook, very pro-choice, and my grandparents took a big offense to that. My grandma contacted me, which was, "Do you want me to unfriend you?" and all that. And I
Seriously?
think she talked to my grandpa about he was a pastor for 40 or some years, and uber religious.
So they're going to ruin a relationship that they have with a family member over this issue.
They're not going to, because I talked to them about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they talked to my mom, and I talked to my mom. It's a good middleman.
did you make sure to
Little woman.
mention that their time is limited?
I did
And
not.
that they won't have to deal with your opinions for much longer?
I should have next time.
That would be the icing on the cake for him, right?
So is this the crazy grandparent or grandpa that likes to hit on?
I'm pretty sure anybody who's old enough to be visually identified as a grandfather now is probably in that category of someone
hold
who's a
on.
little bit crazy.
He
at
has a
this point.
grandpa that likes to show himself on Facebook. And
Show himself. You're gonna need to be more specific because
Well,
that's
I'll let Andrew go
vaguely
there.
worded.
Can we go through the whole story? Is this the same grandpa
Absolutely
that had problems with a woman on
No.
Facebook? Okay.
This is my other grandpa.
Okay.
My
You
mom.
have multiple crazy grandparents.
I do. They're crazy in different ways because my one grandpa, I woke up to a message on Facebook of a catfisher. They sent me a picture of my naked grandpa and said, "Hey, do you want this to go out on Facebook?" Because he was going to try and extort money from
Wait,
me.
this was a serious attempted extortion,
This I can show you the message. I
and
still
it didn't
got
even involve anything having to do with you.
No.
Wow,
Nothing to do with
They're
me.
getting really desperate
hold
on
on.
Facebook now.
When you saw your naked grandpa, is he really your grandpa? Did you like
He's,
you
he's
guys
my
look the same?
biological.
I know, but you guys look the same and everything. Or is he just fucking? Is he got a hammer?
I can show you. Do you want to see? We can bring it up on the TV.
Well, we could do that. We could do that. I'll just insert it with like this big long black fucking mark here on a picture that's that big.
That's what I did. I did actually blur out like half the page because I don't know.
His
He's
baby
the
arm.
hammer of Thor.
His
Yeah.
baby arm, his aborted baby arm.
I hope I look like that when I'm 80.
Shit stretches, man. I'm telling you, my balls I'm sitting on right now. I've told you that before. They were like a sack like that. Now they're like this fucking long. So I have to wrap them down my leg or do certain shit to them so I don't sit on them. But anyways, go ahead. So what does your grandpa do? He goes through Facebook.
Who my religious grandpa?
No, your other grandpa,
Oh,
Naked grandpa?
the naked grandpa.
Yep.
Let's go through this. This is a beauty.
I'm sure what he does. He won't even friend me on Facebook or my father. He doesn't talk to me or really my dad anymore. All he does is if you go to his Facebook, he's got these two chicks on that are obvious catfishers. The only
Right.
two friends that he has, and they'll comment on all of their pictures like "Hey, gorgeous" and crap like that. So I'm sure he gets messages all the time from these catfishers.
I thought you were friends with him on Facebook. No longer, huh?
No longer. He's got 2 friends. They're both big-tittied catfishers.
That's the best way to go.
That's-
It's some guy in
And he's 80.
Ethiopia.
And he's 80.
he's up there.
How do you maintain that horniness until you're fucking 80?
I think it's genetics.
I think it's just built into men.
I hope it's
right?
genetics.
It's
Genetics. Yeah. Andrew's going to be
no.
rubbing.
Already
till
he's
he's
got like a
dead.
mushy cock.
I haven't been able to pitch a pants tent since I was 21.
Really?
26 now. Yeah, he
Went
has to
downhill
fucking
fast.
push that fucker into his old lady and then wait for it to get harder. Talk dirty to me, baby. Talk dirty to me.
I have to have her knee me in the balls.
It's like that fake Viagra commercial we were gonna do. Is your sex life like playing pool with a rope?
That's what it is. I feel bad for him. Feel bad for Amanda. He comes in with the story where he broke her butt cheek with his cock because he was going too fast and fell out.
I don't know if the butt cheek being damaged was really the point of the story.
No, yeah, he had a splint
You
on
know,
his
a
cock.
snapped cock is more.
Oh, is that the one with the popsicle stick? And
Yeah.
tape?
Yep.
Yeah. So now he has a hard base and a floppy top.
Hey, it'll make doing the windmill way more dramatic, though.
do the windmill every time I piss.
It's like a fucking
It's like one
hose
of those
just
hose
ran.
attachment, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go outside anymore because I don't want to spend 20 minutes cleaning up after myself.
It's okay.
Like one of those, what do they call them? The wacky inflatable flailing arm tube men you see at like car lots.
It's like that, just more blood.
Anyways, Grandpa.
Anyways,
So you're not friends with him on Facebook. He only has 2 friends, and they're both catfishes. They could be two guys down in Ethiopia trying to get money out of him.
guarantee they
Does he
are.
have money, you think?
I'd say he's got some money.
So now it's just being sent overseas.
Yeah.
No.
He's actually sending these people money.
My dad stated that my grandpa never sent them money. And I'm going to believe him because maybe it got to the point where he said, my grandpa deleted his Facebook after that happened. I'm going to, I guess, search him up so I can show Taylor here.
The cockpick.
Well, no, not the cockpit, but that's his Facebook. It's just him.
Click on the picture. The round one, yeah. Oh, he's playing guitar.
I mean-
he's a musician.
That's right. Dude, how many panties
Yeah,
he's made
like,
soaked with that guitar?
What the hell?
I want to see what he looks like.
I mean, he looks like a normal grandfather, but obviously
Pass
these
it on
2
over.
women who are his friends have no relation to him whatsoever.
You never know.
No,
There's women who like dad bods.
Unless
Come
they're
on.
his granddaughters, they have no reason to be friends with him on Facebook.
No.
One is very Asian too, so I wonder how that happened.
That's-
I don't think I have any Asian cousins.
Well, hey, I'm not Asian, but
Man.
you should see most of my family.
Yeah.
We got all squinty eyes, so it happens.
You say there's no Asian in you. I've seen
well,
I've
I
seen
mean,
him. I just want to see this.
knowledge.
God, man. What kind of guitar does he got?
Is it a Martin?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like a generic.
Look at how tan he is as an Italian, and look
Dude.
at how white I am as half an Italian.
I just see that he's bald as fuck, and you're gonna be bald as fuck. You're gonna have that fucking long hair just with a skullet. It's gonna be a fucking skullet.
One more time.
Anyway, well, what was the point of this story? Because it's been going on for 20 minutes.
I'm
And
talking about the wrong grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're-
well,
flip back to your other grandparents.
All right, so he
buzzing.
sends me a few talking points about why I should think that abortion is bad. Because my mom, she wasn't planned because my grandmother was raped,
Yeah.
and my mom was the result of that. So my mom was put up for
So
adoption
that's
right
what
when
you
she was
mean,
born.
grandpa.
No, well,
Oh.
good on them. They adopted 4 kids,
grandparents
3
are a state of mind.
3 kids, and had one.
Yeah, they're the
Naturally.
the very few that do adoption.
He just calls Roe v. Wade, live under the Roe v. Wade law. It's evil. 60 million innocent children have been murdered since that evil day. He asked a few times what would happen if my mom was aborted.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any opinion on that. I wouldn't exist. She wouldn't exist. What would we care?
You know what you should have responded when he asked that? you're a fucking asshole, and just left it at that and blocked him.
What I told him was
No.
he's trying to emotionally manipulate me. Your opinion of me shouldn't change just because we have different beliefs, and my opinion of you won't change if we stop talking about it's
Wow, this is getting deep.
the morality of he's going off of the Bible, which was written by old people thousands of years
it was
ago.
written not by old people. It was written by a king, basically, that got a bunch of stories together. If we're talking about the New Testament in like 1200 BC or AD. It's just fucking ridiculous. But why do we live in a time where nobody can have an opinion without you getting pissed off about it? You know what I mean? Like nobody can have a fucking opinion. Like, okay, you can believe what you want. I don't give a fuck. What? So
Everybody takes it as a slight against them personally.
yeah, like you need to believe what the fuck I believe. No, I don't. I don't have to believe what you believe. I can believe what I want.
Another thing you brought up was the taking of another person's life, no matter how small, no matter what we think of them, is wrong. My dad fought a war to defeat a dictator that thought he knew who should live or die.
So this is
So he just contradicted himself.
That's right, in 2 sentences.
but this is the sanctity of life, right?
Oh yeah.
This is the sanctity of life. We don't give a fuck about quality of life. We just want you born, and then you can fucking just go fuck off in the gutters or whatever. We can put you in a situation where your parents don't raise you or feed you or anything like that, and then you grow up and you have a horrible fucking life. So we care about sanctity of your life, but we don't care about your quality of life. Pop it out your pussy, and then we want no responsibility. We're obfuscated from the responsibility of taking care of you in our society.
This is a great segue into what I wanted to talk about, actually.
What?
Because if we're saying now, if the Supreme Court is conclusively saying that life begins at fertilization, I should be able to get a life insurance policy on that fetus.
Oh God.
The government should allow me to claim it on my taxes at the end of the year, because if it's a life and it's a person,
If it's in the vagina,
then I should be able to, it should have every single right that my children who are out of the vagina have.
so there's a dependency here. I can get
Exactly.
$3,000 for fucking off my
Exactly.
taxes.
I mean, this is the logical direction we're moving in, but I have a feeling you're never going to see that because of what you just said. Life is only sacred until it's pushed out, until it falls out of its gravity well, and then,
fucking gravity well.
well, the stomach, it keeps
It's-
it up in there, and then
it's a-
eventually gravity just, in the old days, obviously not now with laying on beds and shit
I don't know.
like
After
that, but-
43 kids, that 44th one is just
It's a gravity
Well-
well. That's fucking
Yeah,
gravity
yeah,
well.
that's
it's
just gonna
slipping
fall
right out.
Yeah.
There's nothing keeping
No
that up there.
flexing.
Oh, she's a big black bitch too. I mean, how do you feed that many fucking kids? Like, let's say you have 4 of them, plus you have other ones that are still nursing. You only have 2 titties, right?
Well, here's the thing,
It's like,
because
holy shit, my
Robin-
nipples are so fucking sore.
like it's entirely possible, because right now, up until Robin recently started cutting back on how much she pumps, she was producing like 4 to 6 times the amount of milk our child could drink in one day, in one pumping session, and she was pumping 4 or 5 times a day.
It's because she
So
enjoyed
it is
She's
entirely
fucking in the bathroom.
it is entirely possible to produce enough milk for multiple children.
Just keep her hooked up as a
at one
cow.
time.
I mean,
That's what she
sell
said
that
she feels
shit.
like.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
No, she-
We've got a baby formula crisis in the United
she
States.
donates
So-
it.
What?
She donates it
To who? Your other children?
to people who need it.
Mommy, I'm thirsty.
Anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you could sell it, sure, but why?
So she knows other mothers who.
Yeah, or friends of friends,
friends of
or
friends,
you know,
okay.
stuff like that. I mean,
Okay, I didn't know that you could do that.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
and
It
it's
doesn't affect the other babies.
No, I mean, there's probably different antibodies.
She's still,
in
is she over
each
milking
person's
still?
milk.
Okay.
Still
Okay.
over milking?
Oh yeah, but not to the same degree she was.
Ah, well, have her throw us a couple of glasses here next podcast. We'll drink her down. What do you think, Andrew?
Have you tasted?
I've never
Have you-
tasted it. No.
Yeah.
Have you? You've
Yeah,
tasted?
well, my wife's been pregnant 4 times, so yeah, I've tasted it. Ooh. It's
I
fucking
don't
horrible.
recall ever tasting any of my.
Really? It's
No.
chalky.
Is it?
Yeah, it tastes horrible.
Well, it's because it's the
Maybe-
fat content in it is
Maybe it's
higher
my
than
wife's
normal
titties.
milk.
Maybe my wife's titties are bad. You don't know, right?
You don't know, not unless
my-
you taste other
Other titties.
women's.
Yeah, well, I've tried to taste other women's. They keep slapping my fucking face away from their tits. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, bring it in.
Yeah, I'd be willing. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll fucking throw down on that shit.
All right, I'll ask her about it.
Another point
Okay,
that he
gallon.
brings up.
She probably
I'm just curious.
would. I mean, I can't see any reason why she wouldn't be willing.
Andrew said after the Shistromi, he doesn't want to do anything like that again. You willing
Yeah.
to drink some breast milk?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing like surstrumming again.
Well,
but
I mean, breast
I'll-
milk is like the epitome of natural, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like the
don't
woman's
know.
body's injecting preservatives and salts and sweeteners into it. It's
That's the
it's
problem.
just
No, it's-
something that the body produced that it would do regardless.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I'm addicted to sugar. I need that fucking. Maybe we can sprinkle some fucking sugar on her titties before you milk her. Can you do that
no, we
for
can
us?
just have the milk and just have your little dish of sugar.
Yeah.
Just
You know what you could do? You could coat the ring with salt or sugar.
there you go,
Just
right here,
fucking- yeah,
right here, on your
right
thumb.
there.
Make it like a margarita.
Yeah, like a margarita. I'll sniff it and then fucking drink it. Are you up for this? You can do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Hi.
Whatever, sure.
See if she moves out a gallon.
Well, to be fair, she could probably give you as much as you really want.
Just bring Robin over here. We'll just suck on her titties.
No, I can't.
Legally, I have to say no.
What? Oh, because you're in that verge where she could just fucking go away if she wanted to. Or, oh yeah, they're not married yet. They're just living in sin.
At the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to.
What's that?
Other people projecting their version of morality on the rest of the country.
Yeah, but if you're okay,
What the whole conversation's about.
we can block out her face. She'll just put her titties on that table, and then we'll just each go, and boom. A gallon of
I
milk
could
would be
do
much
that.
better.
No, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, your wife would slap the fuck out of you.
No, it's
Just like, can't,
I don't think Taylor. Or Taylor, you'd allow us to do that.
I mean, if she was up for it. I mean,
It's Taylor's game.
it's one of those things where it's her body, so if
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wants to let some
But he would-
someone drink her
happy
boobs,
wife,
I mean,
yeah.
you
happy
know?
wife, happy life.
I mean, I'm sure she wouldn't do it, but
Oh, he's
if she-
fingers
if
crossed.
she wanted to, I mean, I don't know.
we just have to keep our hands behind her back, and he'd have to guide the titty into our mouth. Look away, look away. It's all right. So yeah, oh, that's a good idea. I think it tastes horrible, absolutely fucking horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, you've been sucking on them, right? Have you guys had
not
sex
not
since?
this
sin-
pregnancy.
have you had sex since you?
No, another week and a half.
So you have a timetable.
Yeah, because after a C-section, you can't have
Oh,
a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
lot of motion
you don't
because
wanna
it
be-
could rip everything.
Right. But you could half stroke her.
Toward that pussy.
Yeah. It's only a quarter of an inch. Come on, half stroking.
Quarter of an inch.
Oh, you enjoy that, baby. This is for me, not you. And then, you know what? You could seal that up with your goo, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be
I
hard
don't
to get
know-
this.
I don't know if that'd be.
I don't know if this can go on YouTube. I think this is a little too risque.
Did they staple her?
No, they did 3 layers of stitches. So underlayer, the muscle layer,
They just go
and
away.
the outer skin layer.
They just go away.
The bottom 2 layers dissolve. The outer layer needs to be pulled out.
Yeah. Did you see the scar yet?
Yeah. I mean,
It's tiny, right?
no, not on her.
Wow.
It literally goes across basically 3/4 of her abdomen.
I'm gonna have my wife get out here because we had huge fucking kids too. But the scar, it should shrink down to like that big.
Oh,
that
yeah,
big.
in time. But no, they pulled her open.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've never seen a C-section, it's gruesome.
You can watch that on YouTube,
nothing
Andrew.
fucking
How come
pretty
you can
about
watch?
it.
How come you can watch live births on YouTube, but I can't say put goo on her stitches?
Because it's educational.
Oh, this is very educational.
Yeah,
If she
wait.
has an open sore or something like that, my wife, I jizz on it.
Does it help it heal?
Oh yeah.
After it turns all
You-
sorts of weird
you're
colors
older
from.
like me, Marlon. You mean you haven't done that for your wife?
Well, not
don't
my
care-
wife, the neighbor.
You don't care about her if you haven't done that. Like she'll get like a little scrape. I'll say, well, here, let me jack off on you.
Well, you know, she's in the medical field. I don't know why she
Oh.
hasn't brought that to my attention. It's like, come on.
Maybe she's allergic to your jizz. That could be the problem.
That's certainly
Look
my-
You know, and she doesn't want to hurt my feelings.
Yeah, no. He was going, my jizz is perfect. That's what he was thinking. That's why he
I
paused.
was thinking, yeah, I got the magic.
You got the magic
magic
jizz.
Can I get some of that?
Sure.
He needs it for his hair. Maybe we'll wash your hair with that titty milk too.
Sweet.
All right, what else we got?
Right.
Are you still on abortion?
Well,
I
okay.
mean, we could talk
Hold
about
on, we're going back to
that
Grandpa.
forever.
No, yeah, so he brought up another couple points here. He said, the murder of the most innocent defenseless of life is and should be emotional, and shame on all who think it right. The abortionists now demand the right to kill a child even 28 days after it is born.
Ah,
Wait,
so-
what?
As long as it's under a month
I don't-
old, we can kill the child,
According to who?
according to Fox News. I don't know. I don't know
What?
where he's getting
Fox
his facts.
News-
I can only assume.
That's just that. Okay, I gotta say that's just
28 days after birth.
a
28 days after
blatantly
birth.
false statement. That
takes-
you can. I mean,
yeah.
that's the definition of a procrastinated abortion right there, and that just doesn't make any sense. I mean,
It's procrastinated.
well, I mean, that's
You're a lazy-
essentially
you're a
what
lazy
it
fucker.
is.
You got an abortion 28 days
But-
afterwards.
I mean, I don't know any medical facility that would say, "Oh yeah, this baby's been alive and out of the womb for almost a month." But yeah, we can put it down if you want to. I mean,
Right.
That's just fucking insane.
Like a rabid dog.
Yeah, that doesn't even.
I don't
make
want
any
this
sense.
one anymore. I changed
Yeah,
my
I
mind.
know.
Take it. No one's. It takes. You don't even have to Google to know that that's just outrageous.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
He said, "Who's next? People over 70?"
Yes.
I mean, at this
Yes,
point,
fucker.
that really seems like the way to go, if we're being honest about it, because it's the people that are that old at this point that are starting to lose their fucking marbles and go crazy from watching news all day and getting that kind of bullshit shoved into their head. I mean,
It's not only old people.
no, but I mean, it is more or less kind of the boomer generation that has. I mean, that generation has gotten a lot more conservative as they've gotten older. And being fed this kind of stuff, it's okay to kill a child 28 days after they've been born. That's just just absurd.
He didn't specify where.
Didn't specify where what.
You can have an abortion 28 days later. I'm sure it's okay in China. Uganda?
Pretty sure
know
it's
about
not.
that.
Uganda?
I think universally killing a child after it's out of the womb
No.
is just considered murder everywhere.
No, because the parents have to make a decision on if they want to throw that girl down the well and start having a boy. China. It's true.
That's illegal in China. They
It's-
made that illegal when the one-child policy went into effect. To killing the girls because you can't pass your family name along, they most certainly made that illegal.
The problem with China now is that they have an aging populace that can't fuck anymore. And so they have this huge, because of one child. That's why they have cities that are empty.
You know that they can have multiple children now, right? Yeah.
But they have this big gap where they didn't have any children. So you have a young generation, you have this old generation. And so when the old generation starts dying off, this population of 4 million is going to shrink to or 4 billion. It's going to shrink down to 1 billion,
Their
overnight.
population is 1.17 billion.
Depending on who you talk to.
No,
the
it's
Chinese.
not fucking dependent on who you talk to. There's 7.5 billion people in the world. If China had over half the population,
They really do.
no, they don't. Look it up. It's
I'm not looking
it's
it up.
just over
What
a
I'm-
billion.
stop.
India has a
I know.
higher
What
population
I'm
than
looking
China
up-
does.
They pass them.
They
I know-
passed
I know
them.
they had huge-
They've got like
And so they didn't have a one
1.4
child.
billion.
Yeah, they
people
didn't have
in
a one
India.
child. I'm looking up the statistics for this. I misspoke when I said 4 billion. But you know what I mean. They have this aging population.
China is starting to suffer from the same problem that every single modern industrialized country in the world is. Just like Japan, whose population is falling, the United States is really hitting its stride in this area too, because it's so fucking expensive to just live yourself with a partner that you can't afford to have children, which is why
not the problem
even
in China.
European countries are starting to see their birth rates plummet. It's got nothing to do with abortion.
Yeah. I'm talking about one child. China's population is aging faster than almost any other country in modern history. In 2050, the proportion of China over retirement age will be about 39%. So it'll be huge. be huge. Fertility rate 1.3 births per woman, so that's down too. It's interesting how their population is going to be almost cut in half. That's all I'm saying. With their 8 billion people that they now have, they're lying.
You think so?
Are you still going through your grandpa stuff? Since
Yeah,
we keep interrupting you,
It's a deep,
let him go.
It's a deep
Let him go.
wound
Let him
he
go.
experienced. He needs to talk about
He
it.
fucking came up to
Well-
me and started showing it to me right off the bat.
I did, just because of how.
Because of how horrifying it sounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was, you obviously haven't a clue about the so-called message you are endorsing. You need to get back to God and seek the truth. We have supported women who have gotten pregnant for decades to help them keep and care for their child or adopt.
Bullshit.
No, they have. They adopted children.
They
know.
personally may have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have.
But it's not like this country universally supports pregnant women and women who can't afford to have children.
These are
Alright,
the
let
outliers.
him fucking go through it, Taylor. You stop him on every fucking point.
I would certainly wager that your mom would not think that her mom's decision to abort would have been okay. She'd be dead and you would be non-existent. Think about.
So did the diatribe that they gave you, this whole thing, did it change your mind on anything?
It did.
Yeah.
I'm very anti-abortion now.
Are you?
No. Well, there's no way that
So-
he's attacking me.
I
You
mean,
know, it's
yeah,
not
he
like
is attacking you,
He's
but
being unnecessarily cruel to try and drive you to his side.
But we all do that to each other. We don't stop and listen. Like, if he had good points, right? Maybe you could listen, but maybe not because you're already on the abortion side.
Well, I mean, you're not a huge God person anyways, right?
what do you mean?
Do you love the baby Jesus?
Do I love the baby
do
Jesus?
you think that do you think that the Christian God is the only God and he's kind, benevolent, despite the world we live in, and that one day you will go to heaven and be in his embrace?
That's kind of a loaded question.
And yet I'm still asking.
No, I don't believe any of those things.
Okay, so he's using something that has no bearing on your life to try
Judgment.
and convince you that he's right. I mean, if you don't believe in the Christian theology, bringing up God every other sentence isn't going to do anything for you. So I don't understand why he wouldn't choose a more tailored message if he really wanted to convince you of what he thought versus just trying
No.
to shame you into believing what he believes.
That's my point. When you're in an ether and you believe something, it's very hard to change your mind. If you love the Trump and you give them valid points, even if the points aren't valid or whatever in this argument, you give them valid points, they still won't get out of that lane. Coming at Andrew, who is very PC and saying abortion's wrong, even if they made convincing points, it wouldn't change his mind. That's all I'm saying. Right? Just like you can't change their mind.
Yeah.
Because it's already set in there. I find it fascinating how when somebody gets something in their mind, even if you make valid points that are facts and everything else, it's your opinion. It's not a fact. No, it's a fact.
That's what happens with beliefs.
Yeah.
Beliefs are almost impossible to change, which
Exactly.
is why Dogma said it perfectly. It's better to have a good idea that can change with new information versus a belief, which is something that is usually considered solid, whether it has any basis in reality or not.
What's great about that is we used to previous generations used to like quote philosophers. We quote fucking movies.
Ben Affleck is the greatest actor of our generation.
Oh God, no, it's not. Who's your favorite actor?
Say Ben Affleck and we'll be
I
best
don't know.
friends.
I can't pronunciate his last name, but it's Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Who is that? What is he
Steve
in?
Buscemi.
He's the guy with the crooked tooth.
He was in
he was in Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire. He was in the Armageddon movie.
Fargo.
Any Happy Gilmore movies?
You know, the ugly guy.
Basically every single.
Well, he's one of my favorite actors.
Adam
Not
Sandler movies. I mean,
Yeah.
you recognize him instantly.
I'm
Yeah,
going to.
yeah, he's a bug eyes. Really homely guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
played in
crazy guy in
Fargo.
Armageddon.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
riding
yeah,
the
yeah.
nuke.
That's your favorite actor?
He's one of my favorite actors.
I enjoy him.
I got to
I really
appreciate
like
a little
him.
bit more on Empire Boardwalk. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, normally,
Davidson.
normally he's
Pete
known.
Davidson.
Normally he's known for
Davidson.
like his crazy, kooky kind of
Sure.
cameo
Who's
roles.
Pete Davidson?
Exactly.
But in Boardwalk
You didn't know
Empire, he
Steve
plays like
Buscemi.
an actual serious role, and he fucking nails it. He absolutely nails it.
Yeah, nobody knows who Pete Davidson is.
Who is Pete Davidson?
Exactly.
SNL.
Stop
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
he
all
was,
I had
with
to
the-
do
he
is
was
say
with,
3
Bill Burr.
letters.
Yes,
Yeah, Bill Burr,
exactly.
and he's fucking
With,
hilarious. He's
um,
great. He's versatile.
It's funny because we had this discussion. Like my,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
he's fucking horrible.
Yeah, he's
I
really
watched
good.
it. I for Andrew.
You'd have to Google who it was.
Yeah. Well, Steve Buscemi or whatever the fuck his name is. You never hear who he is.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never
He's
look him up.
not recognized too often.
No. So
I don't know what you guys are talking about. He's one of the most recognizable
I
actors
was gonna say.
of all time.
I never knew his
they,
name.
Yeah, they.
Are
I
you
don't
saying
know.
this
I don't
because
know.
like he's not hot? He's never been on like magazine covers. He's never been
Right.
nominated sexiest man in the world. I mean, is that why we're saying
Not
he's
in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, I
so-
know, right?
so
I
he
mean,
gets-
but Steve Buscemi is absolutely
he-
recognizable.
And I haven't seen him
yeah.
in that many movies.
he's in Tarantino
he's in-
movies.
yeah,
he's
he's-
in freaking.
I've seen him in a few movies.
You've probably seen him in a lot more than you think.
Maybe. I went because me and Andrew loves the Pete Davidson, so I went and I made sure when I saw that his Netflix special, he had a Netflix comedy special, and I watched it. Man, did you watch it?
No. You must like him more than I do then.
No,
Was it-
I did it because you said he's so great, and to try to change my opinion on him.
Was it Pete Davidson and Friends or something like that? What was it called?
I can't remember. It's on Netflix right now. So he's
Pete-
on stage.
Is it just the one where he's
Just him.
introducing other actors or other comedians, or is it only him?
Only him.
To be
Okay.
fair, I'm not a huge fan of Pete Davidson's stand-up comedy.
And yeah, I was like,
But
wow.
I like SNL in the because I don't watch SNL, but the clips I've seen and some of the other things he's done, I find enjoyable. But I don't really care for his stand-up comedy.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it just
fucking horrible.
Didn't do anything for me.
He's a good-looking guy with a nice smile and stuff like that, but that's that's about it. Standing on stage making shit jokes.
Isn't he like dating or marrying one of the Kardashians or something too?
He's dating Kim. That's what Kanye is all up in arms about.
There's a lot of Kanye jokes on there and stuff too. So, I don't enjoy him. We had this argument, and I said, yeah, the greatest comedian of all time to me is Robin Williams or George Carlin, and he's just
George
going.
Carlin,
He didn't
for
even know
sure.
who George Carlin was.
I had to watch
Andrew.
his HBO special.
Yeah.
It's a terrific special, though, George
Yeah.
Carlin's documentary.
Genius.
He really was. But anyways, yeah. So that's your number one. I can't. Morgan Freeman's my number one. I just love him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So we went through all this stuff, and then fucking Pete Davidson. But my daughter's equally as fucked because my daughter likes Ryan Reynolds. That's
Which one is he?
He's the guy that he's Deadpool,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and he's
yeah.
always Deadpool in every single fucking movie.
Okay, he's yeah.
Yeah, but once
But
an actor
he's
finds
done
their
a ton
niche,
of other stuff too.
Yeah, he's done other stuff, but he
Yeah.
acts the same in every single fucking movie.
what
You
I
can,
mean,
you can
Taylor
find,
loves him too.
You can find a couple movies where he doesn't act like himself, but they are few and far between.
found his niche. You got to say once an actor falls into his stereotype, his typecasted role, that's all you really expect them in, anyways. That's where you go see the.
Johnny
You're not gonna.
Depp. I mean, I'll bring Johnny Depp up again.
You're gonna go see a Jim Carrey movie. Like when he was in his serious roles. You're not gonna go see him in a drama. You're gonna go see him in a comedy.
Did you not like the one where he's in the bubble? Where everything's fake and he's in. What
That was
the fuck was that called? That was really
Truman
good.
Show.
Yeah, Truman Show. You know,
That
like
was a terrific
Oh.
movie. It's still a comedy, existential comedy, but
It was
it's a comedy.
pretty bad comedy because I didn't laugh at any of it.
Well,
It's all gag shit. Like you're supposed to laugh at the lady doing this shit or whatever. It was just not good. But God, Dumb and Dumber is horrible. But
Everything's supposed to be a comedy these days.
Liar Liar was fucking fantastic. I still love that movie. I'm kicking my own ass. I love that shit.
So who's your favorite actor?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. I don't know why I love him, but I just love him. And he's in a billion movies, and he's
Yeah, well,
always Morgan Freeman.
He captures you.
He does.
Yeah.
You don't see him in anything bad either.
Ever.
And he's got a very good agent.
Well, Samuel L. Jackson's a whore, too. I mean, he's in fucking everything, and everything is usually good.
He even does commercials.
Yeah.
Lots
Well,
of
see,
commercials.
he's a guy that can just be himself and can star in any movie.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and he could just read his lines, but be himself.
You never see him play a different type of actor in any of his movies. He always plays the same character now.
Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of a bitch for talking about Ryan Reynolds because he's found his niche. Morgan Freeman has found his niche.
Tom Hanks. What do you think of Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks is okay. I just never really, I don't know.
I never really got invested in
Forrest
Tom
Gump's
Hanks.
amazing.
Yeah, that I mean, I love Forrest Gump. I grew up with that movie, but
Yeah.
I just beyond that, I don't really have any attachment to Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like he did one thing that had a huge impact on my life, and then a decade or two later, he did Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Castaway.
Green Mile.
I've never seen Castaway.
I did like Green Mile.
I've never seen Green Mile.
What?
So I mean,
He's in romantic comedies and also dramas, so he
Oh,
kind
that's
of
right.
Oh, Sleepless.
I just watched, not Sleepless, the other one.
You've Got Mail?
Meg Ryan.
Is it the email?
No, it's the one where, oh no, that's Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hadn't
Sally
Harry Met Sally.
Well, I hadn't
Met
seen that
Sally.
forever, and I watched it like trying to stay up for Graveyard, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is so good!"
Yeah.
I could not believe how good that fucking movie was.
I didn't
20
see it
years
for
later.
years. I haven't seen it for years, and then my wife introduced me to it. And I go, "What?"
Yeah,
No, because every time I saw it, it's like, eh. But then I watched it. It's like, yeah, it's a good one.
it's amazing. Surprisingly,
movies aren't what they used to be. That's for sure. Because unless it's a
Action.
comic book adaptation or a sequel or a remake or a prequel,
You see that last
don't-
one with Sandra Bullock, where she plays the gal that comes out of prison and stuff.
oh yeah.
You see
Yeah,
that
my
one?
wife made me watch that. Yeah,
Yeah,
because she was wearing no makeup in it,
yeah.
and I wanted to wear makeup so I can like go and have fantasies about her.
Yeah, she looked really old in that one.
You didn't feel like you
plain.
could crank one out without makeup?
At this age, she needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked like, she really looked like she was somebody who was living on the streets.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean,
when-
wasn't that kind of the idea
no,
of that movie?
I know, but when you,
She was supposed to look
when you're
run
driving
down
downtown and you see homeless people, do they immediately get you hard?
Some of them.
Well, some of them.
I mean, some of them got their titties hanging out. So I mean, that's kind of a
Well, I like
situational
the ones
question.
with the jack-o'-lantern smile. That's
Those are the beauties.
They have 4 teeth total.
the ones,
Oh, gosh,
the ones
I
that
gotta-
look like they're a lot of fun.
I can't help but rubberneck on that. shit.
Oh no!
Well, it's because you think you can blow a load through the fucking
I'm
hole.
like, oh yeah,
See if I can make it or if I splatter her other
yeah.
tooth.
Well, it comes out like that Play-Doh.
How it just fucking oozes out of her between her teeth.
Anyways,
And yeah. God, now I'm excited.
yeah.
See, and a homeless person, the idea just did it to you. So
No, I'm just saying.
looks like you need to change your ways.
I'm just saying, when I drive down Division and Brown, I'm just not like, holy fuck, this is what I want to get into. This fucking whatever it is.
You're the
Judge your
minority.
book by its cover.
No, I know. I've been married too long. I need to branch out and try new things. I'm with you. I really
Hey,
do.
honey, we're gonna bring this
There's-
homeless lady with us tonight and
Yeah.
get freaky.
Well, just think you're going home to tell your wife we're sucking on her titties. So don't get excited. But we got something for you to do next weekend. Who's the one that's fucked up around here, Taylor? Although,
It's still you.
yeah, although I'll tell my wife to come out and let's suck them. She'll be out here. There's nothing coming out. Yeah, it is what it is. Just dust.
Gonna develop a new kink this late into your life. That's
Yeah.
slippery slope.
Oh fuck! I'll have all the cameras set up out here. Ah, suck about her, bite it, bite it, bite it.
Pretty soon you'll have a bunch of
zoom.
pregnant ladies on your
Zoom up.
Facebook trying to
Zoom up.
catfish you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a copy of that video.
Which video would that be?
Anything that you make your wife.
Oh yeah.
4 cameras involved.
Well, you're gonna be in the video. What are you talking
I'll
about?
be the boom mic.
with your floppy head cock. He's got a boner.
Helicopter.
He's got a boner. I can't tell. 2 inches of hardness. Comfy?
Getting stiff.
Yeah, I looked
me
up
too.
one other thing.
Not the stiff that we were just talking about related
sure.
to the previous conversation.
I just
though.
don't believe you.
Yeah, he's hard all the time. You just can't tell.
You hear you knock the bottom of the table.
Hey,
No, I mean,
tired of you knocking my micro penis.
I've seen it, man. That thing is fucking huge. It's like
it works, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
It works.
We've gone through this a million times, so we don't need to talk about it anymore. That's not good. Anything that has that much.
It's almost got its own gravity since we're talking about mass.
Shut the fuck up. Let's just pull them out right now and see who's got the biggest dong.
And we've already discussed this. I'm a grower, not a shower.
Well, Andrew's willing to fucking.
Yeah, I'll be the flipper.
He'll be the flipper. Are you using your ass or your mouth?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Well, I'm a professional flipper. I'm not some sort of amateur that uses hands.
Yeah. Who uses hands anymore? God. You could get a disease. That's gross. Did you wash up? Did you use sanitizer first? God damn it. I started to go, because, some of this will get cut down, but when I was just a second ago, I was going to say, yeah, there's a big fucking ball of red hair. Nobody wants to see that shit. But then we've gone through on the podcast and talked about, yeah, you guys shave everything, so.
I'm pretty
Do you
unshaved
think
right now.
do you shave?
No, I braid. I
Great.
like to grow out,
Why the fuck
braid
are
it.
yeah,
I mean,
why-
I-
You got beads in your pubes.
Ponytails.
Nice. It's like a Viking balls coming off of there. You got 2 big, huge braids coming off of it. Fuck yeah.
Kind of got to see that.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about it, and like in our generation, I don't think anybody shaved.
Yeah, we can tell by your
clean up.
Playboys.
Yeah, you clean up. I know, but no, he goes, I'm sure everybody did it back then. You just didn't realize it. No, I was going around with everybody, and it was always a furry mess down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now they're all, even the men down there stretching their balls out to fucking shave them and stuff.
Well,
Really?
you know what it is. It's just that I think our generation has become more
you got more time.
comfortable with our sexuality, whereas back when you were a teenager, everyone was like, "Shave your balls, what kind of fag are you?"
No, it had
some
nothing to do-
stupid shit like that.
No, it had nothing to do
I
with
don't,
that.
I don't think it existed back then. Did
No.
it? No.
Well, but it's not like razors didn't exist back then. If someone wanted to shave their balls,
Oh,
they
they
should.
should.
Where
could've.
did the idea originate from?
I
I don't know, being more comfortable than you currently are.
Apparently to tailor Egypt or something. It's biblical times. They were shaving their balls with like a fucking
All right.
piece of
All right,
slade.
Let me put
No,
this
they
out
were
there.
doing it back in-
If
yeah,
you think
caveman days.
that there
Yeah,
wasn't
fucking-
someone
hairy.
2,000 years ago who decided to see what it was like to shave their balls,
No, I'm sure
you're
they did.
crazy.
I'm sure they
I'm
did.
sure people have done this since the caveman
I'm sure
days
they
when
did.
they sharpened a fucking rock and peeled
Anyway.
off the first layer of skin down
Just-
there
just
to get
slice
it done.
yourself too
That's
deep
when they
and you're
stopped.
done.
When the fucking first little slit happened, or they got a rug burn on their
Yeah,
cock.
they go.
Fuck, this is
There's not-
stupid.
No,
They're
yeah.
just not
no,
dedicated
That's
enough.
no,
Gets
no.
Yeah.
infected, they die. There's
Yeah.
no way
Oh,
a
yeah.
caveman is living past a
Yeah,
ball
but see,
slice.
but see, now we got Neosporin to take care of that shit, so we're good.
Yeah, an infected scrotum was bad back in the past.
Ouch.
You die from that shit. Oh, my balls! Because you can't run with the fucking slice on your cock or on your balls, right? You got to chase
Well,
shit
I mean,
down.
it's, as soon as it gets sweaty, I
true.
mean that's gonna sting.
Oh, yeah, sting.
Yeah.
What
I
do they
don't
do?
see
Put mud on it?
I don't sweat down there because I have ball hair.
It's like a leaf
It
with some
immediately
sort of
evaporates.
like organic
yeah,
concoction in there.
Yeah, aloe.
Yeah.
They picked the wrong leaf. Now they have, a
Root
slice
mallow.
with,
Yeah.
with the itchy balls.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean,
you-
that's
Oh,
how
like
natural.
poison
That's how
ivy.
natural selection works. I mean,
Oh, that's poison ivy.
Yeah, that would suck, man. Could you imagine that?
So,
Anyways,
so.
we haven't been going for that long, surprisingly, despite the constant talking. I know we're only about an hour in.
no, we're an hour and a half in. It's 11:30.
He was late. We didn't
Oh,
start on
motherfucker.
time, so we're only an hour in here.
Started at
Here.
10:15.
Not really.
You start cutting stuff out. This is going to be a half-hour podcast.
it's funny because
Talking about all that splooge on
Mm-hmm.
people's faces and
They have in the
Homeless-
military. That's where you got it from. Was the
jack-o'-lantern
military.
smiles.
They
Well-
used to use super glue, but then you didn't have super glue. You just used cum
for what?
for the military. Any sort of military wound.
Well, how long would
superficial
that?
wounds.
How long would it take to dry though?
What?
It wouldn't take
Your
long.
jizz?
Yeah.
You know how long your jizz takes to dry? What are you talking about? Even in a moist
No, I mean,
environment.
you gotta
Well,
you
You're
gotta
gonna have to deal with
factor in
temperature.
temperature. You gotta
Temperature,
factor in
that's exactly-
No, that's
airflow,
not true.
humidity.
Are you
You gotta
serious?
it's a science.
Dude, it's a
It takes
mess.
longer in the winter.
It does. It's a mess down there already. But if you dribble out a little bit of jizz, it's the head of your cock sticking to your fucking underwear.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
so it
right.
doesn't take that long.
No,
You're
no.
just sitting there, and next thing you know, boom.
Dwayne,
Ah.
I'm dying, man. I got my organs falling out.
This does not
Please!
feel good. Yeah, this is
You
Come
got-
on my
you got-
stomach.
You gotta use cold water.
cold water.
Yeah,
On
because semen is protein based. Therefore, using warm or hot water causes it to
dilute.
to stick
Yeah, yeah.
more. Actually.
Oh, really?
So you got to use cold water if you want to get it washed off really quickly. Yeah.
He's a
I'm gonna try-
connoisseur.
try that
It's
thing at home.
a tip of the trade.
Connoisseur.
Well,
you know
I
everything
read.
about jizz.
This goes back to me being someone who reads a lot. I learn useless shit and then for some reason
Okay.
remember it.
So here's my thoughts on all of this. The reason you
All of what?
on the ball shaving and how you know so much about cum.
How much Mountain Dew do I have to drink to burn a hole through someone's stomach with my cum?
Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
It depends on how much hydrochloric acid you drink with it.
Dude,
Oh,
you know what you should do?
I guess we'll find
Can
out.
can we give you an assignment?
Sure. Absolutely.
So, like, if they say if you like eat lots of fruit, like pineapple,
Yeah, pineapple juice.
and pineapple juice,
It will change the flavor of you.
you've tasted it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never. Well, I have never drank a bunch
Come
of pineapple
on.
juice for the purposes
It's
of
okay.
jacking
Come
off,
on.
Nobody's gonna see
eating
this
my own
podcast.
semen.
We all know,
But no, it
So-
happens.
It's the flavor.
It makes it sweeter.
Okay, stop for a second. So, she's young. Your old lady's young. So, how old's Amanda?
How can you call her
24.
an old lady if she's young?
She's 24. He's 26.
Contradicting yourself in the same sentence.
So, okay, we'll
Oh,
quit
who
we're
says
talking. I'm
old
trying to make a
lady?
point here.
And I'm
So we're
saying,
giving
who
him-
uses old lady as a
we're-
term
we're-
these days?
Bikers.
You're an old man. So I'm giving Andrew an assignment. So
Pump her full of pineapple juice.
now
and see where
pineapple
things
juice.
Go.
What I want you to do is I want you to go eat a bunch of habaneros
Okay.
and then blow a load in her and see if it puts her pussy on fire.
Comes out as Mexican.
Yeah. See,
That's your pussy. On
yeah, I want to see if that
Alright.
pussy just starts like, ah, your jizz is horrible.
There's two things wrong
I got
with that.
lava inside me.
All right. I'll do that just for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not for me. It's for the podcast.
I'll do it for the podcast.
And science.
For science,
And
yeah.
science. It's for science. So I want to see if that will actually be transferred. That would be interesting. If it is, then we'll do a whole program on it, like the titty milk thing. What we can do is we can go home and watch you like fall out and bang her in the leg and then shoot jizz in her and find out why.
Well, and if that is the case,
Yes.
all the Mexicans,
They have very powerful
they're-
pussies.
they must.
They're extremely fertile.
Who? Them people?
Latin Americans.
Wait.
Them people.
No, Latin Americans.
Why are they more fertile than anybody else?
Everybody knows this.
What?
How often do you see a pregnant teenage girl from, what do you call it?
This motherfucker's
Mexico?
racist.
We're gonna
Zach.
get canceled.
I'm just saying.
Mexican Mexico?
You tend to see.
Yeah.
I mean, the birth rate for teenagers of Mexican descent tends to be higher than the rest of the country.
Can
I don't know if that could be
They are
attributed
more
to
fertile.
fertility. Is it
I mean, I guess they could just be fucking more, but
not as much access to contraceptives?
I mean, but what teenagers don't?
Or it could just be culture.
Maybe, but I don't really know of any teenager who wants to get pregnant.
I must have had bad sperm because when I was young, I never used anything, and I was blowing everything all around
Or
everywhere.
maybe you just had good timing. I mean, if they're not ovulating and you blow loads in them all day and it's never going to get them pregnant.
Those eggs hang in there for quite a while.
But it doesn't make them viable for quite a while.
Yeah, but like I went out with Steady Girls, and I mean, I was blowing loads everywhere.
And you realize that it just because an egg gets
And I
fertilized,
have really good sperm.
if it doesn't implant properly, it just comes out, even though it's still a dividing lump of cells.
Yeah, that's an abortion.
No, that's just the body saying, okay,
Yeah,
it
it's
isn't
the body
time for
aborting
this.
the body aborting it.
Can't use that word.
I just did.
No, I can't use it anymore. It's illegal.
Are you guys trying to get pregnant yet?
No.
No. So what do you use? She got like you shove a pepper up her pussy when you
Ice
Were you-
cubes.
ice cubes.
It stops the sperm in the tracks
Could
so you can pick
imagine
them
that?
out one by
like
one.
if your balls get cold, it contracts. I never thought of this.
I reach up there and grab it.
Are you having an epiphany right now?
I am. I really am. So if you shoved ice cubes up her hoo-ha, would it like the balls? Would it shrink?
No.
Dude, it doesn't.
I mean,
'cause the friction.
everything expands and contracts with the change of temperature. so-
Exactly. That's my point.
yeah.
If you go fast enough, nothing happens.
No, we're talking like a big cube.
He's talking about like shoving dry ice up there and seeing what happens.
Would it just like?
All right, we'll go both extremes. We'll go super spicy pepper, and then we'll go
Dry ice.
dry ice. Yeah, we'll,
Negative 173 degrees just to see where things
she won't be
go.
able to walk for a couple weeks, but we'll
Is she
see
still
how that
working?
goes.
I think it'll be much worse than that.
She what?
Is she still working?
Yeah.
Oh well, you don't have time for that. You need the money, right?
Sure.
What if she can't walk to be at work with her fucking
Can't-
tight hole?
Can't have her missing work because of vaginal experiments.
Or she's like, "Krr, krr, krr, krr." Every time she walks at work, she's making noises because her fucking pussy's so tight.
They'd understand.
Yeah, so we don't want to fuck up her job. That would be horrible. Are you still checking the clock?
No, I'm texting Robin asking if she wants to donate a bag of milk to the next podcast.
Are you? Yeah. You're, oh,
A bag of milk?
Yeah.
We need to get a
How
container.
big is the bag?
5 ounces.
5 ounces.
Dude, that's not much.
It's probably more than anyone in this room is going to drink at one time.
Hey, Zach, you want to try some titty milk? Sure. Okay. He won't
yeah,
drink
he's
it.
the most used to it. He just got off the tit.
he wouldn't do the strummy. So yeah, you would.
I refuse to do it too.
Yeah, that's our best video.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100 views. Fucking-
I'd like to say it's worth it, but it wasn't.
Paige didn't mind it.
No, Paige didn't mind it. Is what she say one big step for women's rights or something?
No,
That's
she's just
feminism.
She's just that way, man. She's just gonna.
I don't know. She had guts hanging out of her mouth, and that was horrifying.
Bones and guts, yeah.
And it was the worst smelling thing. If you Google it, surstrumming is, what's the worst smelling food? Surstrumming is the one that comes up.
No way.
Absolutely. Google it on your phone right
I don't
now.
need to Google it. I'm going to trust you.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Why
a
the fuck
filthy
would I do
liberal.
that?
Don't listen to anything I say.
Now he's going to fucking Google it.
I am.
Are you Googling it?
Yeah. What's the worst smelly? What's the worst smell in the world? I'll go to that. No, well,
Aborted fetuses?
where did
Everything's going to be state-sponsored murder. Sanctioned. Should be sanctioned.
State sanctioned, yeah.
Yeah.
what's the worst smelling food? Surstrumming. A newly opened can of surstrumming has one of the most putrid food smells in the world, even stronger than similarly fermented fish dishes such as the Korean hangaho or Japanese kasaya.
Did you say those correctly?
No.
Hung a ho.
Hangaho.
Hung a
That's
ho.
what you do when the lady has an abortion is you hung a hoe.
Yeah, hung a ho.
Yeah.
That bitch had an abortion. Let's go hung a ho. You know what I'm really happy about? I'm happy that I have younger kids that can actually do stuff because I couldn't figure any of this shit out. Even though you fuck it up most of the time. He does, because he doesn't give a shit. If he cared, then this shit would be all like together.
Probably care if you got paid like $100 a week or something.
He gets fucking allowance for doing nothing. He does stuff. His brother gets paid an allowance for doing nothing.
By the way, the answer was yes.
For what?
The question is, would you like it warm or cold?
What? Warm or cold?
Breast milk.
Oh, she asked?
Ooh,
Hey, all right,
She said yeah.
Can we get both? Can we get warm and cold breast milk?
I mean,
So we can test,
Sure.
see which
5
tastes
ounces of
better.
both.
so you want some that has been in the freezer and has been unthawed, and then you want some that is like fresh out of the tit.
I don't want it out of the freezer, but if she milks it before you
Well,
come over, that's fine.
That's how you store it. I mean, you pump it, you put it into bags, and then you freeze it, and then when you need it, you thaw it.
Think about us 4 white entitled men, 3 of us white. I'm sorry. And think about the baby food shortage that's currently going on.
Yeah, we're
Sitting
over
on our
here like,
podcast,
laughing it all up and
drinking
wasting
liquid
it.
gold, chuckling to ourselves.
Bring it up off the table.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so yeah, next Sunday or whenever we do this next.
It can't be
bring
next
some.
Sunday because we rotate through. So we
Okay.
work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It can be next Sunday.
Okay.
This will be our last Sunday go through the following one.
Okay.
Wow, that's very nice of her. Tell Robin, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tasted before. How many kids do you have?
I haven't.
How many kids do you have though?
I've got 6.
You've got 6 fucking kids, and you never sampled the titty.
No,
God, you're a
haven't.
better
I
man
did-
than me. You're a better man than me because, well, and my wife, she was like,
I
you
think
want to
I
taste
might
it?
have asked her a few times, but I don't think she'd let me.
Yeah.
You don't ask.
She's,
You just
she,
gotta take it.
I don't know
Big man.
is she being, is she being selfish or does she really care about the children? Let me ask you a question. Are
Okay.
they big enough for her to suck on herself?
Oh yeah.
Well, then that's the problem. She's
She
greedy.
doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't want to share.
She's greedy.
God dang it.
Half my penis is hard. The other half is still limp. But with you guys talking about this,
But that's more a physiological problem
yeah,
now.
it's only something that's happened.
I wonder if they could
2 months ago.
like put like a piece of steel in there now. Just
Get the splint.
no, not a splint.
Internal
Surgically insert it.
Pretty
It'd
sure
be like
they only do
Cyborg.
that with things that actually have bones in them. Your penis doesn't have bones.
It's a piece of
in it.
cartridge. I know, a cartilage. I know. It's just
Well, I mean, I would think it's more of a muscle, right?
no. There's a piece of cartilage in there, depending on how long your dick is.
So are you
So
saying
like let's say you have
that just expands when blood gets pumped into it?
it doesn't. That's not really the way it works, right? So your muscles cut the blood flow off. So you get blood flow in there, but your muscles contract. This is a problem with ED because your muscles aren't strong enough to hold the blood
So
in
blood
there.
can flow in, but it can't flow out.
It
It's
traps all
easily-
of it in there. So yeah, so with ED, you don't have the muscle strength to hold that blood in there, so you get that like the soft cock shit.
Don't they have cock rings for that?
Cock rings, and you can get the air bladder that goes inside your cock that's always there with a pump underneath. So it's like when they
what
put
I've
the,
Oh my god, that sounds
that-
horrifying.
they put the thing around your arm and you go, yeah.
What?
You didn't know that?
Man, I bet women would find that to be
Yeah,
a real
really?
turn on.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, I gotta pump my cock up real quick.
Well, just well, when you're done too.
Yeah, fucking air being let out.
But yeah, they got that thing. So not only do you have your 2 balls down there, but you're also slapping her with like a fucking pumpy thing.
So it's
Hold on, let me plug in the air compressor that's hooked up to my
dude,
penis.
That's for high dollar value people. Yeah.
wow.
You
My
probably got a
sex
one-way
doll.
valve. What's that?
I said hooked up to my sex doll.
Yeah.
Makes the same noise.
Is your sex doll?
Yeah.
At least your
What's
sex
your
doll won't
sex doll
complain
look
about
like?
the half flaccid penis.
Oh,
being
she still does.
Slung in. Oh yeah, it's one of those ones that makes comments.
See,
throughout.
I was of the opinion
I
that
like
it
Shane
wasn't a she.
Who told you that? Did she tell you that?
Did she? Yeah, this gender pronoun shit. This is bullshit. It could be it.
See, here's the thing.
I have
Why can't it be both?
With
My
that
sex
whole
doll.
thing, I don't have a problem with it in the slightest.
Yeah.
But you better not like go fly off the handle at me when I don't get it right the first couple of times. Like we're so based on visual appearance and tradition, as in like you were born this way. Like I respect it, But you can't get upset at people for not always getting it right. You have to give people a chance to actually try to remember it before just getting pissed instantly like, that is not what I want to be referred to. It's like, okay, I understand that, but this is something I have to adjust to too. Just like you came to adjust to it in your life. You need to give me a chance to see the world in the way you want me to see it. I'm totally willing to do that, but it's going to take time.
Oh, the aggressiveness of a man in a woman's body.
What?
A woman's temperament. That's scary. When you're both.
They're banning that shit now all over the place in sports. I can't remember the last one they just did.
They're banning it if, what was it?
If your testosterone levels through the roof.
No, it's if you started the transition and started the hormone treatment at a certain point in your life, then you can't participate in certain sports. But if you started the treatment early enough, I believe then you're allowed to participate because your body has spent more time adjusting to the hormones.
So it's pretty interesting, like with steroids and stuff like that, even though after the point of you stop taking the steroids and it's out of your system, and obviously you've come down, you're not as big as you used to be, right? Because you don't have that much testosterone flowing through your body. Your muscles have still reacted, and you still kept some of those muscles that the testosterone or the steroids had given you. So you're elevated for the rest of your life, regardless. So how do you factor that in? Because a man is just
because
the densities is different.
The man's body naturally has, in most cases, a healthy amount of testosterone pumping through it. Your body is used to having testosterone coursing through it, but when it's when it's a woman transitioning to be more masculine, you're putting a chemical in your body that
You already have estrogen in your body. You realize that, right?
yeah,
As a man.
and yeah, but it's not the norm, and it takes time to adjust.
That's what I'm saying. So when somebody comes off steroids, the rest of the life, even though it's a minimal gain, you still have that minimal gain from doing the elevated testosterone.
But that's because your body already has a ton of testosterone in it. You're already a man.
I know, but when somebody comes off of test or something like that, they have to take what's called Clomidin, right? Clomidin is to get rid of the estrogen in your body because your testosterone, fuck man, I don't want to go into this. Your testosterone drops so fucking far that it bottoms out, like you almost have none. So to bring it back up, you have to block all the estrogen and hope your body re-raises your testosterone. So these people that go through this cycle sometimes never regain their testosterone, right? And they still have minimal gains. It'll never go away. So how's a good way to equate this? Since I used to run, I can still fucking run. You know? Does that make sense?
All the steroids.
No, even though, because all the steroids that I pumped through my cock. But
Bull shark semen.
I can still go run a 6-minute mile pretty easily, even though I'm fucking fat and out of shape, because it's there.
But you'd probably be dying at the end of that 6-minute mile. You probably wouldn't be
Maybe.
in nearly the condition you would have been.
No, I agree with you to a certain extent, but before building up to a 550 mile, I could never do that before. But since that's in me now, I can go and do that. It's like you can go out and you played soccer forever. You can still go out and run like a son of a bitch. But after the fact, you're going to be fucking dead. But you can do it if you started out from ground zero, you wouldn't be able to immediately go out and do it. Does that make sense? Since you already have it built into you, you can still do it. But if you start from zero, you can't do it until you build
muscle
up.
memory.
No, it's lung capacity, my strength that I have.
If you were fit at one point, and then you went downhill, and you're not fit anymore. I don't know if someone who
do you still think you can run? You go out and run a mile?
Not a 6-minute mile.
Do you think you could still go run a mile?
Smoke, man.
Fuck.
I'm not sure I could run across your yard.
That bastard, he'll hop on the trampoline or the treadmill when he starts feeling like he's getting too fat and start running. So he's just being argumentative. It's just true. Once you have something built into you, then you always have it. You might not be as efficient as you used to be because your body isn't as efficient, but you've built up that. So anyway, this is fucking pointless. I'm just saying, I deem it unfair. Have your own fucking category. Have your own trans category, because going up against a woman, like the dude fucking lapping people in pools. Everybody heard about this, right?
No.
You didn't hear about this? A man competed against.
I don't give a fuck about sports.
I know. Some people do. So a man that was transitioning went and he competed against women. Andrew, you heard about this.
Oh yeah, no, I know about it.
And he just fucking smashed them. I mean, fucking smashed them. So you can create another fucking category. What's the big fucking deal?
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense.
You'd think that would be more equal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I would.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just ignorant, but
Start a fourth category too, where you can take as many steroids and
see, I've always liked
I
that
like it.
idea
Like a-
as having
Olympics, right?
a portion of the Olympics where people are just fucking
roided.
roided out.
Yeah, that would be
that-
awesome to see.
I'd watch the Olympics again if they had a category where people who were just hopped up on steroids
Just strip it
did
away.
the events.
I don't know why they put those limitations on people. They're going to use it anyways, and then we're just going to punish them. So just everybody free for all.
Meth Mike is gonna wipe the floor with everyone that's only on cocaine.
Think of how much more intense NFL football would be if they
dude.
had a steroid league.
Oh, wow.
That would be so intense.
They already have a steroid league.
Well, I mean, a legitimate steroid league.
No, it's legit. Trust me, it's fucking legit. I remember when I was like Zach's age, 17, going out to EWU watching the Seahawks, and I was like, "Holy fuck! I cannot believe the size of these dudes there." So, have you ever been out there?
No, but
So Ricky Williams, if you remember him, running back for the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
I went out there and he looks like a small dude like our size. He had fucking arms on him like that fucking big, and it was like, he's a fucking running back. How is this possible? Oh, I see. See the track marks up his fucking arms.
yeah.
Just like, son of a bitch.
He has diabetes.
Dude, they were the biggest human beings I'd ever seen in my
No
life.
steroids. It's medication.
Yeah.
He's getting his blood taken.
And that's what he was doing. He was getting his blood taken.
Steroids go
Swapped
in
out
the
for some
ass.
other blood with some testosterone in it. He's
Get some
fucking
young
huge.
blood.
Or
Pump in some young
I think
blood.
it's more hyper oxygenated blood. Is what
When
it
they do
is.
that. Yeah.
When they try to, skirt the rules and get it in there undetected.
Well, it's like when Lance Armstrong was doing his fucking thing. Everybody was doping, but he got all his shit removed. It's like everybody's fucking doping. You know everybody's doping,
But
but you're picking on one fucking
He
person.
just got caught.
Yeah, he was.
He got too big. He won too much. He got under the microscope and he got caught.
Well,
I
you-
mean, that's all it is. If he was doping and he got fucking last place every single time, he would have never been caught.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Well, he was a hyper competitive asshole too. Go ahead, Andrew.
All the medals taken away, and he also got one nut taken away. Also, right? Is that?
So when I
It's
wear
like as punishment, they take away a testicle.
when I wear my other hat, he has a coffee shop down in Austin, Texas, and when I wear my other hat, it's called Juan Pelote. So it's one ball. So his coffee shop is called One Ball.
Really?
Yeah.
He had a nut removed?
Oh yeah. So when he had cancer, it started in his testes and moved all the way up to his brain.
Oh, okay.
So he had him removed. He saved his sperm though, because he needed more fucking kids.
Those kids are gonna pop out of the womb, 25 pounds, all muscle, no testicles.
Oh fuck! God, he was gross. His legs were just gross. They were like
Any
bodybuilder
biker's
arms.
legs, they're just insane,
Oh yeah, they're
all
just
veiny and like tree trunks.
no. But I'm with you guys. I just fucking let them just whatever create new shit so they get even bigger and stronger and faster. I want to see that shit.
Yeah, just see how far the limits can be pushed.
Yeah.
Until they have a heart attack.
No, just when they
die.
hit each other in
That's
football.
that's a choice.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah,
got to
that's-
be allowed to have their choices.
I want to
Every
see
life is
when a
sacred.
running back gets tackled by a defensive lineman that the running back just explodes. That would be awesome.
The pink mist.
Yeah, bring in Jimmy. Fucking Felix is dead or whatever the fuck. That'd be awesome.
That was not another teen movie when he gets tackled from both sides and he ends up getting split in half. You ever seen that movie?
I
And he
haven't
catches
seen
the
that.
football and gets cross tackled and
Oh, and like
yeah, it's
torso and legs.
his torso
gone.
and legs. Yep.
Nice. But yeah, I fucking do it, man. I don't know how. Let's start a petition.
I think it's a good idea.
So we come in here next week, we drink some titty milk, and we fucking will talk this up off camera and maybe send it to, I don't know, USDA or whoever. Whoever tried to get these rules changed, these bullshit fucking rules. It's always the white man wanting to bring shit down, wanting to make things fair and equal. But it never is.
I think it'd just be fun to watch.
Yeah.
A bunch of fucking testosterone-fueled, ripped, angry people just going at each other in sporting events.
You know what
That'd
just
be awesome.
just came to my mind? Like those guys that go out and do in the Olympics, they do the shooting. Do they test their eyesight to make sure that they haven't had eye surgery?
Good question.
Never
Yeah.
thought.
This might be some bullshit. So that's
But
what
eye
we use. We
surgery-
use
But
that.
eye surgery is not illegal.
So in
It's
Mexico,
not controversial.
in Mexico, steroids aren't illegal. So why are we basing everything off the United States rules? This is a world
because
sport.
the United States dictates fucking everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stupidly how it's been for decades. Basically, since World War II.
I just wanted to see what he was looking at. Get it off me, motherfucker. I'm not even talking. You son of a bitch.
You're the host.
Oh, I'm the host
You're the
with
face
most.
of the show.
I really am. That's the problem here. This is why we get no fucking views. It's the bucktooth guy that doesn't talk too much. He's kind of an asshole. What else do we got?
I don't know.
Mary Miller. What do we know about her?
She's a white supremacist from the videos that I've seen of her.
Yeah.
Talking about how America is saved because white people can't abort their children now, I guess.
Which, I mean, it's...
I mean, she literally said that. The white race has been saved because of Roe versus Wade being overturned.
Good.
That's fucking stupid.
What were you going to say, Andrew?
She publicly quoted Hitler.
Yeah, she said, one of the things Hitler did right. It's like, as soon as someone says that, you just gotta go, oh, fuck. What's gonna come out of their fucking mouth now?
So was Hitler such a bad guy?
Like, apparently not
wasn't
to
a bad
her.
artist.
Wasn't a bad artist?
Yeah, it's pretty good paintings.
Really? Because I heard he was kind of shit.
He bred some pretty cool German shepherds.
Okay.
He spread some syphilis. Everybody needs a good fucking dose of syphilis, right?
He took a lot of drugs.
He did.
He was always drugged up. And we can thank him for...
But aren't we all always drugged up? We talked about this last
Oh
podcast.
my god, caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine. I got a monster.
Nicotine.
Nicotine.
Alcohol, basically
Amphetamines.
anything your doctor prescribes you.
I don't have any amphetamines in me. I need some. This
Well,
podcast would probably be a lot fucking better
Do
if I
you,
was.
do you ever take Sudafed?
I don't,
No.
because it's a pain in the ass to get, right?
Yeah, you basically have to.
Give him your ID.
Yeah,
So
we're
so
gonna need
since,
to fingerprint you to get this box of medicine.
so
They
since
have to fingerprint you?
no,
You-
but
they
they
have
put
to, they have to see
First
your
grade
ID.
kid.
They get like your address, and I mean they.
Yeesh.
with our meth
Yeah,
problem,
and it
that
goes into a system, so you can't go down the street to the other store and grab another box on your way home.
boxes. You're only allowed a limited amount. So when we'd get colds and you'd want Sudafed, and it went under basically lock and key, that's when we stopped getting Sudafed. It's just a pain in the ass. So Tylenol Plus. You know what my wife really likes for her colds is that NyQuil. Have you ever taken NyQuil and had like fucked up dreams?
Oh, for sure.
Fuck,
I've
man.
heard about it, but I've never.
never-
I've never
That's why I
done.
stopped
that.
drinking
Well,
most of the bottle.
I mean, isn't it because it's the same chemical that's in what's the allergy medication with the pink pills?
Benadryl?
Benadryl, yeah,
Is it?
I think so.
Man, I had some fucking freaky dreams. I won't take that shit. That's horrible. So, like, I'll do the Dayquil. She'll get the day-night fucking thing. I'll take the Dayquil when we get sick, but I never take that fucking NyQuil. That's fucking holy shit.
It's because it's got a sleep aid in it.
Well, you think it'd help you sleep? I fucking wake up screaming.
Not every drug
Motherfucker.
affects every single person the same way.
Well,
Just
yeah.
because you have horrific hallucinations on it doesn't mean it's going to do that to
Yeah, but
everybody.
like back in the past when I do like acid or mushrooms, I never had like fucking bad trips. Mushrooms made me super happy. Everything was blue and I'd smile and laugh all the fucking time. But this shit, you put that in your body and it's like, fuck, my face is melting, and just like weird, like there'd be like a little girl on the fucking side of the room just staring at me, making you feel freaky inside. You know what I mean?
Are you sure this wasn't?
Did you have
are
any
you
of
sure
those?
this wasn't like sleep paralysis or something?
No,
No?
I've never had that, but it turns out my daughter had it once.
I've never had it.
I've had it a few times.
You have.
I have, yeah.
I've heard it's horrifying.
It is. Well, I don't have. So I'll wake up and I'll open my eyes, and I won't actually see demons, but I just close my eyes because I don't want to ever actually run into that. My buddy has seen.
Hold on. So sleep
Demons.
paralysis is where you wake up,
Yep.
you can't move, and you're aware of everything that's going on. And
Last time I had
But-
sleep
but
paralysis.
the chemicals that make you dream are still coursing through your brain, so you see shit even though you're awake.
Wow.
Ooh.
So I heard voices. I heard how you ever heard what schizophrenics would hear if you were schizophrenic?
Right.
It's I heard voices, jumbled voices that were whispering to me. That was the first time, the most recent time I had
When
sleep
was
paralysis. This was probably a month ago.
Wow.
I have it once every couple months, but I just close my eyes and I don't panic anymore just because if I saw a demon, dude, I would freak out. I'd be wide-eyed but I don't always see my current bedroom. Sometimes I'll wake up in I don't know, a previous bedroom of mine.
Really?
Yep. But I'll just, try moving
Interesting.
Nice.
limbs.
Interesting.
It really is because our memories degrade. So every 7 years, every single cell in your body is replaced, and you don't make an exact copy. So, are you seeing something that's correct or not? How do you still see something that was so far in the past that it's like a digital impression? You copy it so much, it just fucking isn't the same.
I'm sure it's distorted, but I remember it as this, how
Yeah.
I used to remember it.
Wow.
Then there was this one time I was in a sleep paralysis, then I roll off the bed, then I woke up in my actual, bed.
Bed?
Not in a dream. Yep. It's weird. It's not very fun.
Wife's gone this weekend. Her fucking female dog doesn't have her to sit next to, so she's sitting next to me. I've got the feet up like this, and she's right by my legs, and she's looking at me and closes her eyes, and her eyes are twitching back and forth. And next thing you know, I tried to catch her, but she fucking rolled off and just right on the fucking ground. Looks at me like I fucking pushed her. Fucking walks away. It's like, fuck, I didn't do it. And she's gonna go tell on me now.
Animals are stupid.
And well, you've got one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had sleep paralysis, so I feel fairly
I've
fairly
never
lucky.
experienced it either.
They're extreme case. I have very mild sleep paralysis where I don't.
Some
see
people
any-
feel like they have stuff on their chest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
demons sitting on your
because-
chest.
The reason you can't move is your body produces a chemical that essentially immobilizes your muscles at night so you don't act out your dreams.
I've had night terrors when I've been sick. So my night terrors, like when I was young, I would try to get the fucking wrinkles out of the sheet, and I couldn't get the wrinkles out of the sheet, and I'd just sit there freaking out. Like when I get super sick, it was fucking
That
weird.
seems like a really tame night terror.
Oh, dude, when you're
Like,
in it,
like we're talking about a fucking ironing
I couldn't get,
catastrophe, but on the scale of night terrors, that seems
you're
really
caught in a
tame.
loop, and there's this fucking wrinkle, and you can't get the wrinkle out. And I do they tried waking me up and I just sit in this loop caught. I remember being over at my Aunt Judy's when it happened, and it was like, wow. But now that I look back on it, it's like, what the fuck was going on? So, but yeah, no. What were we talking about before that? Oh, the chemicals. Yeah, I fucking mushrooms, acid, all that shit. Nothing fucking did anything to it until you get to NyQuil. Nighttime NyQuil. Fuck me. That stuff is.
Now, the nighttime NyQuil capsule or the drink?
I believe it was the drink.
Okay.
So yeah, she does all capsules now, but she loves that shit.
Maybe you just
Whenever
took
she gets
too
sick,
much.
that's what she does. So yeah, so
That's
we've
what's
been away
taking
from
a entire
Sudafed
bottle.
forever. Huh?
I was taking an entire bottle. Your NyQuil.
My friend Kevin introduced me to that, so it
Are
wasn't.
you sure it wasn't like the cough suppressant stuff?
No, it's NyQuil.
Because the main ingredient in cough suppressants is dextromethorphan.
Uh-huh.
How do you know that off the top of
Which
your
is
head?
a disassociative.
It's because he's just fucked up. Like he knows
He
so-
reads
Yeah, that
everything.
word.
the stupid shit.
You read the back of medicine boxes?
That's what he's always wrong.
They're
you
not
know?
going to tell you can get high off of taking a cough suppressant on the box.
My friend Kevin, he introduced me to Scope. We were up in the bathroom,
As in like the mouthwash.
yeah, because it has such a high
getting
alcohol
drunk?
content. We go into this lawyer's office bathroom up on Lukens and Annis up in one of the towers downtown, and there's lawyers have all of these things laid out in their bathrooms. There's a full jug of scope. He fucking just downed it. It's like, what are you
guzzling it?
doing?
That's
Like-
a good way to get sent to the hospital.
Yeah, well, yeah. I didn't do it, but he did it. Mushrooms are much more safe
That is true.
and much more tasty.
No, that is the opposite. I think I'd rather drink scope.
Whatever.
Mushrooms grown in, manure.
Yeah, you might
compared
want to
to-
wash them off before you eat them. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
You gotta-
to be fair, a lot of food is grown in shit. So if your issue with mushrooms is that they were grown in something's poop, you should really reevaluate what you eat.
Do we not
because
have mushrooms on our
anything
pizza?
that grows on a farm was probably grown in something's shit.
I'm just saying, it still tastes exactly like what I assume manure would taste like. When I eat something that fertilizer, has gone into, then it doesn't taste like straight trash.
I didn't have a problem with eating it because it went down the hatch so quick. And maybe it's because I had consumed other ones, or when I dabbled back in the past, it wasn't that I was just dabbling with one thing. Of course, we'd be drinking beer back then, and we're so fucking poor. I remember that they had this beer out that was called beer, and it was so cheap that they didn't even have. It was so cheap. This beer. Do you remember this, Marlon?
Yeah.
Beer.
Yeah,
It was
a
so
white
cheap.
can, and it just said beer.
They had no.
They have that shit at
No
Costco.
way.
Yeah.
They have that shit at Costco now.
It had no graphics on it. That's
Yeah.
how cheap it was.
Yeah.
Well, we can't afford to fucking put a label on
They
it or
still
anything. Just
make that.
beer.
God.
Yeah. And then we go do our mushrooms. So yeah, I was already hopped up on alcohol when I was doing the mushrooms. So maybe that's why. Maybe you're doing mushrooms without doing the appropriate.
I'm not gonna crossfade myself, because the one time I did that, I smoked weed and took a ball of mushroom honey, and
mushroom honey.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this.
it was just honey that had mushrooms in it.
Wow.
One
Fantastic.
it tasted better than just taking straight mushrooms. But the one time I did it, I was standing for maybe 10 minutes, and then I passed out. I fainted
Oh,
straight on my
that's-
face. My buddy didn't catch me. I was gonna land
Thanks. That's a pal.
and break my nose. Yeah, honestly,
shit.
yeah, it's like I had my legs locked, so I'd
You
imagine it
expect
was-
his buddy to be able to do anything when he's tripping balls on mushrooms?
I was fine on it. It's fucking blue, and I'm smiling. So it wasn't like I was incapacitated or I couldn't do anything else. I guess it affects everybody differently, right?
I don't know. I only did mushrooms once, and I loved it.
No,
Yeah.
it's you
I
get that
love
body high, you feel elevated.
Well, I remember there was like this lawn that was freshly mowed because you could see the tracks in it. But I remember watching. I just stood there and just.
Everything's
It was
enjoyable.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, everything's enjoyable. On mushrooms, it's a great. That's fun. It didn't rot your fucking brain. God damn it.
I didn't do it all the time, but
No.
I did it.
Well, they're saying that it can cure
Cancer.
not cure, but
Really?
it can relieve the symptoms of depression and PTSD when
Oh,
taken in moderation.
psilocybin, they extracting
Swapped
it
to them,
directly
Zach.
and
Or psilocin.
psilociner.
Yeah, mushrooms cure cancer. I heard that from my sister's best friend's aunt, I believe.
Of course you did.
You wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, that's.
But you have to take them rectally.
She also
They have
just.
to be grinded up, and you have to take them rectally.
She also have piss in her little mister. Her
Yeah.
house always smelled like piss because of the healing properties.
A piss?
Yep.
Now you've gone too far.
Piss eye drops.
Piss I
You gotta
drops.
just drink piss nonstop.
It depends on where you get the piss. If it's from a pregnant woman that's lactating, yeah, then it's super healthy for
Healing
you.
properties.
There's cholesterol in it, in your piss. You may want to have her piss in a bottle too. We'll get that.
Yeah.
Andrew will drink that shit
I
down.
think I'll pass on this maybe next time.
Next time,
Now, let me know when we're drinking piss, and I might miss that week.
I would drink pee.
I think it'll be only Dwayne here with one camera on him, just chugging a bottle of piss.
I don't have. I wouldn't have problems with drinking piss. I don't think that's that big of a deal. You can't drink like
I mean, it's sterile.
piss. Yeah, it's sterile.
sterile.
So but people will drink piss and then they'll piss and then they'll drink piss and
Yeah,
like after the
that's-
third
that's
time
bad.
it starts
Because
building
you
up
get a buildup of waste.
salts and everything in
Yeah.
it.
What
Yeah,
about
so-
the white film of whatever on my piss jugs that have been sitting for like 2 or 3 years? I can't imagine that's still sterile. It's growing mushrooms. So what do the piss
Oh, is it
mushrooms
really?
taste like?
Well, I mean, when it initially leaves your body, it's sterile.
I actually
Other environmental factors could alter that given time.
did you really have a piss jug?
I'll bring a vintage 2009 Andrew piss to the next podcast. We can pop it open. We'll uncork it
And smell it.
for a special occasion. Yeah.
Dude, that could be worth some money.
I was
'Cause
saving
when
it
you
for our
let-
first kid.
Have you been turning it like you do wine?
I have not.
No,
That's
the
maybe
problem.
that's where the issue is.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that is the issue.
It's
'Cause
like
you gotta
the rind
turn
on
it.
pudding, you know.
Once a week, you got to give it a half turn.
I remember that.
It's like wine.
I'll keep that in mind when I go home.
I actually had a piss jug when I was a kid because I was too lazy to go to the fucking bathroom, and I had a 2-liter. Don't think about this.
You've got your own bathroom, anyways, right? You don't
He
need a piss
does.
jug.
Yeah, he just fucking. It's got DNA everywhere. It's just not good because he is 17. But yeah,
Yeah.
I had like a Shasta Cola bottle. I drank it all down, and I was like too lazy to go in the bathroom, so I tried to put my pee hole in that fucker. You ever do that? Have you ever done that?
Did you get pee everywhere?
Yeah, I would just go down the sides onto the carpet and shit. My bedroom smelled like piss with a fucking half full piss jug in the closet because I was too afraid to take it out and empty it, and my parents would get pissed. So it just sat in there.
It's apple juice, I swear.
Well, my parents were
Fermented apple
gypsies, though.
juice.
Yeah, so it probably gave the next people that came to that house. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry for you. Every 6 months, we were fucking moving. Hey. It's good times.
Pack up the piss jug with you.
I didn't.
we take the piss jugs wherever we
This is
go.
1989 vintage. I've been turning it. Let's taste it.
It's got a
You gotta have a cork
oaky
in it.
afterbirth.
You gotta have a cork in
Well,
it,
I mean,
too.
it doesn't really seem that weird considering they have delicacies that it's a coffee bean
Yeah,
or something they let like a cat eat, and
They make sure the cat eats it.
and then something with the way a cat's stomach acid is, it changes it slightly, and then they either vomit it up or shit it out
Spit
or
it out.
something,
They do not vomit it out.
and then they feed that to people.
No,
So I mean, like having a piss bottle.
they don't feed it to people.
Well, but they sell shit like that.
they make a drink out of
It's
it.
expensive too.
Yes, it is very expensive because
my
somebody has to go
God.
around and collect all this shit.
yeah.
But that's
Yes,
mind
it's a
doing that.
thing. So I mean, having a piss bottle doesn't seem all that weird in comparison.
depending on who you are.
Well, I don't know.
You better not have a fucking piss bottle in your bedroom. It's like 3 feet away. You can just get up and fucking move over there. Cock's damn near big enough so you can just go around
Yeah,
the
but
corner
when you're
with
right
it.
in the middle of like a Counter-Strike match, and you don't have enough time to run to the bathroom after you die,
Have you seen his?
sometimes shoving your dick into a 32-ounce Gatorade bottle with the wide mouths
Oh,
He could get the tip in there.
is the best option.
He could get the tip in there, but it'd still probably dribble all over the side. So one thing that I wanted to do for the podcast is I wanted to have something behind us. It turns out when you have a TV behind you, it just fucking kills the camera. So that's why we don't have a TV behind us. But I had gone out and gotten a projector. And he's got a big bedroom downstairs. It's like a 15-foot wall like that. He stole the projector. He's got the Xboxes in his bedroom. So the whole fucking wall is Call of Duty whenever he
Yeah.
plays online.
What's the resolution on it?
It's just 1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 4K.
Well, I mean, 1080p looks great until it's
No, it
15
looks.
feet.
fucking 90-inch
Wait,
screen.
when you see him playing Netflix and titty flicks on his fucking wall, it's like, holy shit. It's like a whole different thing when boobs are like this fucking big in front of your face. It really is. I mean, if you want to check it out, it's like crazy. It's like I'm 13 again, and I'm getting fucking half hard watching this shit. It's just insane. It takes you back.
Just in case they ever catch you in their room with no one else in there.
Nikki-
They know what you've been doing.
Nikki doesn't have anything like that. It's just Zach. He doesn't mind if I go in there and drop a load on his fucking sheets.
How blessed are you? You get 10 feet titties, and I had to, pause the screen at the right time so I could see half a nipple. But
But that was all. We had it worse. We were when they finally got cable. Of course, my parents didn't have the Playboy channel because that's all they had,
Yeah.
and you could listen to it with squiggly lines going through, and every once in a while you could make out a nipple. But that fuck, I remember going over because we didn't have cable. Going over to my friend
Skinemax.
Brett Martinson's
I was
house.
gonna say HBO had porn. After Hours.
Kinda.
I mean, it was super soft core.
No, I mean,
but
real sex.
HBO did porn like between 1 and 3, 4.
Real sex came out like probably when I was like 15 or 16 years old. I'm talking about like when I was 13 in my prime jacking off years. You have prime jacking off years. So yeah, it was the Playboy channel because you could get every channel. It was just squiggly lines.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel for you that you had to take a camera and take a picture of a phone,
A screen.
computer
monitor, yeah.
and then go back in your bedroom and jack off to something that's like that fucking big.
I used to have those cheat codes for Sims 1 where you could take away the shower and you just see the naked Sim there with no, like, anatomy. It was just
My kids.
just pale. And boy, that put me through puberty, let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
No nipples, no genitals.
It's just
It just
smooth
looked like
skin.
a mannequin. Yeah, that's... Boy, how many times that I cranked out, I made stalactites
I had
underneath my desk.
a DOA beach volleyball poster.
Yeah?
Yeah, like back when it was
Dead or
first
alive.
coming out.
Those were
Yeah.
those were the days.
Risque?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What was it?
What do you mean? What was,
Was
it?
it
It was a bunch
chicken
of, bunch of
thongs?
chicks with huge tits, barely anything covering them.
Yeah, these kids got it so good now.
Well, with the internet, I mean,
Yeah.
one swipe of the keyboard and you got anything you want.
I warned him though. I said, when you go out, you got to get your mind off porn because the things that happen on porn isn't going to happen
No.
for you.
No, that's not real.
Yeah, when you start rubbing your penis on her butthole, something's going to fucking happen. It ain't going to be good. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's going to happen when she's going to turn around and slap you while she's farting on your dick. So, yeah, they really need to temper their expectations after watching Pornhub for fucking 6 years straight.
Yep.
True.
So that's why, I mean, and he's desensitized. If he can't choke her out while he's like fucking, squeezing both titties and ass fucking her, then he's not going to enjoy it because that's what he's seen or whatever, on the internet now. That's the crazy thing. If he's not shitting on her chest and rubbing it in with his asshole, he can't come. Me and
I don't know.
Andrew talk about that a lot.
I think he'll still be able to find someone who will make him happy.
Hopefully.
I mean, there's a lot of freaks out there.
Well, yeah.
Whoa, don't kink shame. Well, you freak.
No, I'm not using freak
normalized
as a
now.
derogative term. It's just, it's just what it is. It's outside the norm, but it's
Anyone-
not wrong.
That won't let you shit on their chest isn't a freak. Are you saying that
Yeah.
just because I want
Oh, man.
a chick to put a cucumber in the tip of my penis, that makes me a freak?
Into your penis?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
He's a docker.
what kind of fucking gaping penis hole do you have going on?
He's a
That's just
docker.
Big
weird.
hole.
You have to
I mean,
start
unless we're
small.
talking about like those little mini,
The little,
mini
the little baby,
cucumbers, yeah.
baby cucumber.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what are you even talking about?
Full
When I
size.
told you I passed a Skittle when I had my kidney stone, you said, a Skittle? A Skittle?
I thought you were.
So now you're talking
I thought-
baby cucumbers?
No, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were like embellishing it. Like
No.
I'm pretty sure an actual thing the size of a Skittle did not come out of your penis hole. I'm sure.
Yeah, I said it was a little smaller than a Skittle.
It might have looked. Yeah, but that's broad and vague.
Not as smooth.
I mean, there are a
Not
lot
smooth.
of things that are a little bit smaller than a Skittle that don't even come close to reaching the size of a Skittle.
So that straw, it could just barely fit in that straw.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
straw.
that straw. It came out. It would be hard to go through that
Yeah,
straw.
and it still horrifies me.
You're a quarter of the
It's
way
coming.
to a cucumber.
That's not even a quarter of a way to like
Work
maybe a
your
baby
way up.
cucumber, but
Yeah,
I don't even know
a
what a
ba-
baby,
a baby
cucumber is.
cucumber.
I don't even know what a fucking baby like a baby carrot. Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, let's start. Let's start there. Well, next time we come in, let's all get a baby carrot and shove it up our cockhole and have a fucking podcast.
Can we get a medic
You're
on
not on
standby?
board with this.
Well, no,
I'll miss
I
that
am.
day.
I just want the close up on the face, the facial expressions while we're doing it.
While we're drinking titty milk.
Oh.
Okay, and that always devolves to dick.
Which I think is about
Wait.
the time to wrap it up.
Evolve. That's the high point of our conversation.
What's that?
is when you start talking about dick.
It always, every single podcast, always
No.
comes back around to things involving penises.
No,
every one of them.
It's. We talked about some vagina on here. I just want to go back to
Once.
the point. You guys, when we're talking about him being desensitized from watching porn, it occurred to me while you guys were talking that the girls are also watching the porn too. So we just have a bunch of freaky motherfuckers out there now. So he'll be fine. I just wanted to throw that out there. Because the girls are watching the same porn. Maybe.
Well,
right?
I mean,
Or
most
they
of,
watch
most,
lovey-dovey shit.
most of the
We
stuff that
might
goes
need to
on,
talk with some.
Yeah.
most of the stuff that's
We
going
do
on
need
in
a
porn
female
though
voice.
is
Talk
like,
with them and find out.
Yeah.
I don't want to say instigated, but like the female has a lot of control in those porn videos.
Does-
So I think what we're talking about
Hold on.
is just the females who are watching porn just don't have the drive to go the distance.
Does your
Not the
wife watch
porn I'm
porn?
watching.
No.
Did Amanda watch porn?
Yeah.
What does she watch?
Some pretty messed up stuff.
Does she?
I don't actually know what she watches. I just know that she does.
Is it worse than what you watch?
I'm gonna say no.
Really?
Yeah.
So there is a difference.
Don't ever look at my search history, because you'll respect me less as a person.
No. That's
Your
just not going to
opinions of me
happen.
will change.
I already know what you are.
Or he'll
don't
just
know
know
what
you a little bit better. Maybe it'll bring you closer.
It better not bring us closer. I don't want it to bring us closer.
There is an age gap here. Like, it's cool for a woman, I think, or men can still go back in time, right?
I mean, I don't think any of us can time travel.
No, and we're not talking about time traveling. Like,
What
if
are you talking
if
about
you're like
then?
a 6-year-old man, it's not really acceptable to most people, but he can bang a 20-year-old woman. But a 6-year-old
Well, I
woman,
mean, men are fertile until the moment of death, so
I know, but a 6-year-old woman, the 20-year-old guy's just hitting it to hit it. He's going to go away. He's not going to stay with her. But the opposite can be true. Men can go back in time and have a relationship with somebody much younger than them. Yes? No?
I mean, I think it goes both ways. I think there's no real rules surrounding any of it. If an old lady wants to bang a young guy,
No, I know. But I'm just saying the young lady will probably stay with that older man for whatever reason.
Money.
I don't
Could
know.
be.
It depends on how
Maybe she has a kink.
much the old lady can work it. I mean, if she's mind blowing in the sack and that is the basis of their relationship,
What are you talking about? She's got a bad hip. She ain't working shit. It's not happening.
What more do we
you can
need
say
them to
that
do?
for a man too. It's not like men don't get bad hips at some point.
No, but he can just lay there.
I mean, think about it. Think about it for a second.
I'm thinking.
A vagina can always accept a penis. But at some point,
What if
a,
it's-
a guy's penis might not be able to get hard to
Yeah.
enter said vagina. So, I mean, technically, women might actually have
It
an
does-
advantage.
But it doesn't happen like that.
Well, but that's probably by choice.
Go to Hawaii. Go to Hawaii and you'll see these old fucking guys that, I mean, they're old. They got fucking striations and wrinkles all over their face, but they're all buffed up because they're on the fucking testosterone cream. And they'll just have like 28, 30-year-old women on their arms. It's insane.
And I'm sure that's the norm in Hawaii.
But I never
I'm sure
saw.
that's not the exception.
I never saw an old lady all wrinkled up in the face with some like hot fucking 6-pack dude on her arm ever. I did not see that.
too bad.
I've
Maybe
not
they
seen
just
that. I have
maybe
not
they just
seen
don't
that.
go to Hawaii.
You think that exists in Hawaii? Old wrinkled up lady
Oh yeah, they're there.
with, I mean,
No, not with the man.
young,
No.
with young.
Young stud.
Seems like that would be more of a southern Florida thing than a Hawaii thing.
I think Southern Florida, they're all bougie. I think that they're more European over there. I know it's not a European country, but they act like it, especially Miami. More international flair, so it's all young people. If you're old down there, you have to have money to get something younger. That would be my assumption.
Yeah.
If
I
I've
mean,
been down there,
if money wasn't part of the equation,
why?
I honestly can't see any significantly younger individual, male or female, being with an older person. I mean, I'm sure there are situations where they fell in love and they wouldn't be apart under any circumstances, but 9 times out of 10, I'm guessing no matter how good the fucking
So-
is, it's about money.
And so my point being, Andrew, is you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So when I see your gay porn on there,
in a roundabout way.
I'm guessing it's not going to be old men fucking young men. So it's we're in a good place.
You'd be
So
surprised.
if I see if I see your porn, if I see your porn, I think we'll be cool. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. Do you have anything else to talk about?
I only had really one thing to talk about today, and
And we managed to make 2 hours out of it.
no, we blew through the Roe versus Wade really
Oh, I thought it was
quickly.
about the breast milk. I thought that's what
because
we had to talk about.
Roe
No.
versus Wade is just common sense. Women are second-class citizens in the United States now.
I hate that.
I mean, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. It's going to be a horrible policy for a majority of the country, and that's just what it is.
No,
People are going to
no.
die because of this.
I hate that we call them second class citizens or any of that. Was that you? Who was that?
It says
Anna.
porn.
She,
It says porn notification.
yeah,
Wait.
yeah. She texts him
New
twice because she
Grindr
really needs a
notification.
dick. It's we can say women are second class citizens, but they're stripping when they take something away from one person, they're taking stuff away from another person. When they're removing the privacy and the ability for somebody to have a freedom, they're taking it away from everybody. It just happens to be women in this case, but they're going to strip privacies and freedoms from fucking everybody.
Everything based on the 14th Amendment. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is significant amounts of stuff over the last 100 years.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing else that's going on right now is January 6th committee, right? Which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually watch it and listen to what the people there sitting down for interviews are saying, yeah, it's fucking nuts. It paints a really, really bad picture of Trump specifically. Like, most of these
Have you
people
watched it?
have admitted that Trump asked them to commit illegal
I
acts.
know, but have you watched it?
I haven't got all of it.
Okay, so I've watched all of it. They told him at the end of November there was no proof that the election wasn't stolen. Any of the fraud that they had could not overturn the election. And then I'm watching this last one, and he continued to do the shit. And I always thought it was fake. But the documentarian that was with them, he asked him point blank, and he goes, up until that point, I thought he was just faking it. But in January 3rd, I could tell that he still believed that he thought that the election was stolen from him.
And they
And he
haven't
still
even
probably does.
seen all the video footage from that guy got.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be... They just subpoenaed that recently. And once they get a hold of Trump just being Trump without any hindrance to his
Right.
personality, I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin to whether they decide to charge him with a crime or not. But I don't think it's going to make a difference in any way politically. I think the Republicans will do what they always do. They'll deflect, deny, and they'll just continue going
To
on
win.
with...
They'll continue to win.
Yeah, they'll continue doing whatever it takes.
They're
to
way better than any
get their
Democrats.
way.
You have a failing party in the Republican Party where they're losing just people on their side. So there's just not as many Republicans as there has been in the past. It was more of a 50-50, but now it's way more left leaning in this country. But they win all the time. They're just better than us.
Well, and it's the
better.
fact that the Democratic Party is a bunch of...
Pussies.
Yeah, they've got no spine. When they have the opportunity to try and change things for the better,
Or can
one of two scenarios happens.
can we say shit on the chest and rub it in with their asshole? When they have a chance to do that,
they either fuck it up,
they choose not to. Yeah.
or
It's like they're not shitting on the chest properly.
they
Right.
want to have some sort of bipartisanship,
Yeah.
which fucks it up.
I
The Republicans, once they get control, which they will, probably
hope
this
so.
year, of the House and the Senate, they're not going to give a single fuck about what the Democrats want. They're not going to try and work with anybody. They're just going to do what they want to do. And I mean, that's what we've come down to is
The party of
the
snowflakes.
Democrats want to unite everybody and the Republicans just want to win.
They're winning.
Yeah. I
Everything.
mean, no, the strategy has
Smarter.
worked out marvelously.
Smarter, better. They're just better than us.
Bigger hands, normal sized hands.
Bigger hands. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah. that leads to other things, right? Or is it feet? Nose. It's the nose in France. Women who find men who have big noses in France, women chase them.
I gotta go to France.
You don't have that
Do I
big of a
have
nose.
the monster schnoz?
I can't remember his name. Depardieu. He was an actor that came over from France. Fucker had a schnoz on him, and women just thought he was the hottest fucking shit because
Adrian Brody.
They equate cock size to noses over there.
I do the backstroke and people scream shark.
Shark. Dude, your fucking nose is not big. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's like an average nose.
So, okay. My nose,
Your nose,
it's flat.
right?
Yeah, so.
Which we know that you have a
That
huge
would
dick.
mean, well,
We know it
it's
doesn't
wide,
correlate.
But it's flat. It's like a pancake.
Right. What do they call that?
Chode.
A
Pancake.
chode.
Can't hit the bottom of the tuna can, but you can scrape the
Yeah, I was
edges.
gonna say the cheese wheel.
He's not scraping the edges. He's breaking shit when he gets that fucker
what,
in there.
what did Ron White say?
I don't know.
I may not touch bottom, but I am stretching the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We just
Doug's
learned something new
always
about you today. Good for you. I'm proud of you.
I gotta go.
You're always the one who has to go.
Yeah, well, more recently it's because there's an infant screeching around my house.
Yeah, you got 3 of them to watch it.
And you think my older children want to watch a newborn baby?
No, but that
Because
teaches
they
them
don't.
responsibility.
They don't ever want to have kids.
I'm trying to do a sign off here.
Neither of them want to have kids.
Motherfucker. What?
My daughter says she does not want children under any circumstances, not just because she saw how horrible this recent pregnancy was for my wife,
Huh?
but because she understands she's never going to be able to afford one.
Dark.
Not with how things are going.
Yeah, I don't know
Depressing.
why do you end the fucking podcast on a shitty note?
Because it's a depressing world.
Yeah,
and
well, you're a
people
depressing
may as well
motherfucker is what you
recognize
are.
it.
Well, let's just fucking end it on a downer. I'll chop that shit out and I'll fucking put our
Pancake dick.
what?
Pancake dicks.
Pancake dicks.
Yeah, there you
That'll
go.
be the
That
end
will
of
be
it.
the end of it.
Blueberries.
Blueberry. Wait, I'd get that checked.